Ladies, gentlemen, you know what time it is, baby. It's the Shonen Pulse Show. We're back with episode 39. We got another episode where some of the crew members are away. It's just a two-man show today. Your boy Big Yato and the Greek Weeb.
What's up?
Hey, y'all. Everybody else is away, y'all. So Knox got a work thing going on, and Papa Traffy got a family emergency. You know, prayers and all that. Send your prayers up. He should be back. They both should be back next week, hopefully. But you know, sorry we're late. We didn't want to do this, but you know, we got it. The show got to go on, baby. So on this show, we talk about 9 or 10 manga now because of an addition recently. But we talk about Chainsaw Man, Centuria, Dandadan, Shangri-La Frointier, Ranger Reject, Ichi The Witch, Otr of The Flame, Kagurabachi, and now Jujutsu Kaisen, Modulo. Thank you all again for helping us reach 1,000 subscribers. We have a few things set up. We have a Spotify now. We have membership set up. Shout out to the 2 people who have already become members. We have Sid Sprint and Local Reading Enthusiast. If you want to, you know, support us, feel free to do that. We have links down below in the Patreon, and we have a membership set up on the channel. It's just for support right now. Maybe later we'll do more, maybe blooper reels and stuff like that. And maybe in the future, maybe next episode, if we get some more people that sign up for memberships and stuff, maybe we'll add a little image to the end of the episode, you know, giving a shout out to everybody, thanking you guys for that. But right now it's just strictly support and, you know, possibly getting shout outs and stuff. As usual, like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the hype button down below. We're doing good so far. Every time somebody hypes it, it puts us it gives us a score and puts us on a leaderboard and stuff like that. We're trying to make it to the leaderboard. But yeah, hit the buttons. Do all the things, you know, the usuals, and yeah, I'm recording today, so sorry if I'm a little off. I'm usually just yapping, but a little bit more responsibility been slapped on my name today, so shout out to everybody. Shout out to you guys listening out there. I love you all. Anyway, we're going to jump right into it with Chainsaw Man, Chapter 214, Biff Creek Door. Weeb, how you feeling?
Oh boy. I feel both, let's just say, satisfaction and concern.
Okay.
Because having Baron show back up and then Denji just, you know, killing him and eating him just brought a massive smile to my face after all the bullshit he's done over the last, I think, year since he's been introduced in the story at this point.
Yeah.
Especially since he's been gone for a couple of months. I thought he was dead. Guess he wasn't. Now he seemingly is.
Yeah, he's probably he might be dead for good now. He getting chomped on and eaten by in this case he's actually being eaten by Pochita, so he is likely erased for good. So that means that there is no flamethrower? Flamethrowers no longer exist?
I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy. Go ahead.
No, I was saying we don't know the deal with how that power works with hybrids. But it probably works the same.
Yeah, true. I think he's gone. I think he's removing the concept of flamethrowers by eating him though. Yeah, this was a crazy it was a crazy chapter, but it was also short and weird. Like I really read this chapter in about 30 seconds. Like I was flipping through and I was like, okay, there's not much dialogue, and okay, fucking Baron's back. Okay, he's flamethrowing, shit eating grin on his face, and oh, the chapter's over. That was quick.
But hey, we got a really foreboding and ominous cliffhanger, though.
Yeah.
So, worth it, I guess.
We got the doors back. So, my web browser is not displaying the images. But, okay, yeah, it's working again. So, the doors. Do you think that is the hell? Like, the doors have been shown a couple times. The first time was when they actually went to hell and the sky was filled with doors. And then, I think another time was when the Hell Devil came out of the door, and then I can't remember if there was other times, but like it usually has something to do with hell. So do you think this is the Hell Devil coming or another devil coming? What are you thinking about this door situation?
I mean, the most obvious one would definitely be hell, but then again, I don't think the Horsemen would be concerned over it being a big thing, considering that in part 1 Denji soloed it last time. So whether or not that was full power, I have no clue for in part 1. I've seen some people online say that this might be the sign that the Darkness Devil might be returning with using the doors, since we have all these doors and stuff like that.
Mm.
Or my personal thing, this might actually be the lead up into the actual prophecy, because I think it said that, the devils would come and like kneel before death, and maybe that's like, okay, this is happening way too quickly. This I can't handle. We can't handle this on my own. Or maybe it's another primal fear that we're not aware of. That is like tough enough to actually prove to be some kind of threat or something.
Yeah, it's hard to say because like I don't think it's the darkest devil, but it is interesting that like at least the Death Devil is seemingly kind of on edge about it. Like Fami being kind of nervous and scared. Like I'm not too it doesn't really matter, but the Death
Her
Devil.
character.
Yeah, that's just in character for her. But the Death Devil going like, this is super, super dangerous and kind of bracing herself means that this might be a big, major player. And I mean, summoning a fucking turning the sky into doors is a big deal anyway. So I mean, it's not like the Tomato Devil. This is definitely a big deal. Something to do with hell or um, a primal fear. I think is pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I I would really like it if it was like some kind of primal fear, or the lead up into the actual prophecy that will kind of show like what death is really at, what death really wants to do, without any like subtext or any like miss anything that could be misinterpreted or whatever. Though it is Pochita in control now, so we can bet, at least for the most part, Denji's other aspects won't cloud his judgment.
Yeah. What do you think about like after the last chapter when Yoshida came and he was like, "I'm the switch," and then blew up, and then uh, I forget his name. Is it Baron, the flamethrower guy, flamethrower
Yeah.
hybrid? And he shows up with his flamethrower and torches him. Do you think that like there was a bomb and Yoshida did set off a bomb and then Baron just came to like clean up the mess, or do you think that he like set maybe blew up like set like a propane tank on fire or something, and that's what caused the explosion, and Yoshida was just there to like make sure Denji didn't go anywhere?
It could be either or, it depends. Because, like, even then, I don't. Because, like, based on how, like, the last time we had Vegeta take control with the Black Chainsaw Man form, uh, Baron seemed to have done this in a way with public safety, and by extent, I guess, Yoshida. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a big elaborate setup. Or who knows, maybe Yoshida being torched was maybe a way to kind of, I don't know, cover themselves up, like whatever, for whatever evidence, or maybe there's some other contract with Yoshida that could be similar to maybe Fumiko, where he gets respawned or something like that if he actually dies or something. I don't know, but yeah, either possibility is true.
Yeah, it could be something along the lines of like killing him completely, like a tentacle, kind of like a kraken or one of those
Hydra.
like Hydra, yeah, Hydra things where you cut the head off and you gotta kill it X amount of times and another one grows back or whatever. So I can see it being something like that where Yoshida isn't like fully dead, but he might be. And it reminds me that this is like the second time that he's done this to Denji, where he just showed up and either presented someone's body or killed someone, and then just kind of smiled at Denji's face about it, like, yeah, so yeah, that's your homegirl, Nayuta. There's her head on a fucking plate. What you gonna do about it? And he snapped and turned into Pochita then, and so he does it again here and fucking gobbles him up.
Man, that was so satisfying to see.
Yeah. I can't remember. I have to go back and look because I can't remember what happened last time. I'm pretty sure he just chopped him to pieces. But yeah, this time he's like, get the fuck out of here. We're erasing your ass.
Yeah. At least you don't have to worry about seeing his ugly mug anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was cool. It was a very quick chapter. I didn't really have any super deep feelings on it. It was just Denji crawling out of the fire and fucking Buddy just smiling about it. He's,
Yeah, we finally got rid of the cockroach of this arc,
yeah.
and we
So
got set up for another big fight. So let's see.
yeah, can't wait to see what happens. It's sure to be a big deal once them hail doors appear in the sky. So I don't know. I'm here for it. I don't know if it's on break. Let me see. Chainsaw Man Tuesday, 23rd. Yeah, we're getting a chapter tomorrow. Cool. So by the time people are listening to this episode, there will be a chapter out. So I think I'm squeezed out for this one. Do you got anything else for Chainsaw Man?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, that's going to do it for Chainsaw Man 214, Biff Creek Door. Now jumping into Centuria, chapter 67, 100. And so, you weren't here last time for the previous episode. I think it was just me and Knox, and we were talking about potential for like her trump card and stuff like that. So what were you expecting, when you saw Lacrima saying that she was going to do a trump card? And then what'd you think when you saw this chapter?
Honestly, I was not expecting that to be her trump card. I wasn't sure what we were gonna go for. Like I didn't really have any expectations. Like my extreme was bloodbending essentially. That was
Yeah.
really my extreme. So like, but what we got actually kind of fits her a bit more, I guess. Like it's not like an outright power type of trump card, but it's good for strategic planning, like we saw in this chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, she literally made water clones that were like seemingly incredibly lifelike.
Yeah, I like that because it doesn't give her any crazy like new feats. Like it doesn't like in the last episode I was saying also maybe like some sort of blood bending ability, or maybe that she grows in size, or she absorbs Orthros or something like that, and freezes him, like makes it so he can't move, and then they can beat his heart up or something. But I like water clones. It feels fitting, like you said. It's something that doesn't seem too crazy, and it's just surprising because when you say trump card, I'm thinking like Spirit Bomb, but her trump card was diversion. Like we make a smoke screen from Julian's like ink type ability or whatever, and then I send these shadow clones out, and he attacks them, and that was cool. Excuse me, hiccups. I like that they added the detail to show that Lacrima is still connected to TT on
Hmm.
like page, I don't know, 5, 6. My thing's not loading correctly, but to show that she is still kind of providing life support to TT. So TT isn't out of the water, and they showed Diana and the spine ninja lady or whatever, the ninja. Because I was wondering where she was, if Orthros has really just, because he's on autopilot. He just wants to kill her, but they happen to be in the way and they don't know that. But I was like, it'd probably be a good idea to show where she is so we can kind of get an idea of them standing in between. And I'm glad they finally did that with this chapter.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I am glad we got to see them off in the background. But this fight has been really, really fun to read the last couple of weeks. And this chapter, I fe- I a throwaway line a couple of episodes ago when we learned about this guy's power, and I have to go at a bit because I'm like, he copied the full extent, seemingly, of Julian's powers with that reveal at the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Because that is crazy. I didn't like. I wasn't. I was like, okay, he got his strength and maybe his ink, but like his extra lives being tied to the souls of the slaves on that ship that were basically sacrificed. The fact that this guy also copied the 100 lives seemingly is insane because I guess it's just like the number of times based off the main ability. It doesn't require any souls to be sacrificed for the resurrection at this point. But this is crazy because they barely managed to beat him once and crush his heart. Now what are they gonna do this 99 more times? I don't think so. They're gonna have to find a way to either exhaust the opponent to the point of them being unable to do anything, or them having to run away with some outside interference.
Yeah, it's hard to really say like what could really defeat this guy at this point now that he has more lives. I'm wondering like where is his life stockpile coming from? Like is he pulling from the same lives that Julian has? Is he sacrificing lives that he may have slain in his lifetime, or is he just, because Julian has the ability to revive, he's just like reviving with no kind of cost. Like he's not actually spending a life like Julian would, and he's just fucking reviving just because Julian can. It's really
My
go ahead.
oh no, what no sorry. What I was gonna what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it's really just hard to like try and think of a way to beat him now because at first, like I remember 2 chapters ago, I was saying that it probably come to a point where they just kind of have to, it might feel like an ass pull to just have like another person come or something, or have them have a change of heart or some shit. But like they found a way to beat him, but that was with their trump card, and that type of play does not work multiple times. They can't. If he does have 100 lives,
No.
they're not going to be able to do that 100 times. So it's like, what do they do now? I'm almost feeling like the only way to stop him now would be to just completely immobilize him. Maybe somehow like set up a hole and do him like Hidan from fucking Naruto, where they just like dump him in a pit and cover him up. Like maybe Lacrima can erode a bunch of water at once and make a hole for him or something. I don't know. Just something so that he can't like climb his way out of, and maybe like the dirt soaks up the water so he can't like use the water whips or something. I don't know.
I there's a few options I have in mind. One, they could get outside help because throughout this arc we've been seeing this general mercenary guy back and forth, and I think it's been seen that saw the commotion off in a distance like a couple of chapters ago, if I'm remembering correctly. So for all we know, that could be like the General Lucas was talking about helping get across the border previously. So maybe that could be the outside help that could show up, or a potential weakness of this Black Knight's power. What if Julian and even Lacrima just get to a far enough distance away, and that he can't copy their abilities anymore? Maybe it's like a perimeter thing. Like he has to be close enough to people with gifts in order to perfectly copy them.
I like
So
that.
if they can figure that out, then that means they can be able to potentially beat him without having to worry about like Julian's, you know, power being fully copied with 100 lives or whatever.
I
That
like
could be a thing too, as like a potential drawback to this power.
yeah. I like that maybe Julian somehow gets far enough away to him so that he doesn't have the 100 lives. But then it's like, what do they do? Like, what does end up being the final blow? It's hard to like imagine unless is that
Unless they don't
guy?
beat him.
Yeah, unless they either don't beat him or like I said, a third party or something. But like, is that guy still alive? No, I don't think the one dude who was he was like he was like controlling like nails or spikes. I think Julian killed him.
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
remember.
yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, it's like if if he not only can mimicked Julian's strength and also got his smoke and ability to revive, that means that like he might also be able to turn into like a centaur, like Lucas. And so if they tried to run away, he could chase them down. So like
I
if
mean, based on how we've seen it, he has the abilities but doesn't know how to fully utilize them. So maybe that whole centaur thing is like full realization of like the full power of Lucius. So maybe he
Lucas,
maybe won't be able to use it if he has not like no real clear thought. He's just flailing around as we were told in this chapter, with the single motive to just kill Diana and anything in its way. So I don't. That could also be like a kind of a drawback if we really think about that too, since he has no real strategic thought, as we've seen with him not moving his heart around since he copied Lacrima's water body and not doing that same thing to protect his vital point.
yeah, yeah. It's really excuse me. It's really hard to imagine how they end this fight here because this guy is just kind of just a brick wall, and if he isn't limited by distance, then running away won't help. Like how do we know this dude isn't fast? Like he's standing still so that like they can't attack his heart right now, but he might be quick too. Like they start running, he might chase them, and it's like 6 of them. They can't, like they can't exactly run because TT is relying on Lacrima, and the other lady that's with them is also wounded. So like they have 2 or 3 wounded people. They can't just book it. So and his intention, like if Julian and them just step out of the way, he's going to go kill the woman with the tail. Like his goal is to kill her, and they don't know it, but they're defending her. So like they could. Lucas might realize something. Lucas or Lacrima might realize something since they are from the kingdom, and they might try and throw her to the dogs. They might like step out of the way and notices that he walks towards that woman, and then go like, "Oh wait, he's not coming for us. He's trying to kill her. Like let's fuck her, leave her." And then you got like this issue where like TT and Diana are standing right next to her, and they're like, "Well, we don't want to like leave her." And Julian's like, "That's not who we are." I could see a situation like that, and then it's like a conflict between either Lucas and Julian or Lacrima and Julian and everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. That could be something we could eventually see happen. But yeah, there's a lot of different variables we can really consider because like there's a lot that could happen in this in this final like section of the arc within this last fight of the arc. If this is the final fight of the arc, who knows? Maybe we might actually get another main character death, for
I
all we know.
I do hope that this is the final fight of the arc because I think we need a reset and to
Yeah.
enter a new location. Like I always say, people, you can hear me talking about it in other segments and stuff. I don't know if I've said it in this one too often, but I like just going to new locations and meeting people and finding out like the troubles of the people of XYZ village and stuff. And we haven't done that in this. I mean, we did it, I guess, in the previous arc where like Julian met Engval or whatever, and then trouble came, to find Julian and Diana. But I want like, I always, it's probably a bad example, and people will probably tell me, this is a One Piece, but I like that concept of going to a place like Dressrosa and meeting the people there and finding out like, oh yeah, there's a dictator, fucking he won't give us our food and all that stuff, and then like they try and figure out the problems of the local man and woman. I like that kind of stuff, and so I really want Centuria to kind of step back out of this main conflict and stop showing us, like Arcos and these other villains that have repeated for a while, and give us something fresh, give us a new, conflict for a little
Yeah,
while.
I think we're definitely gonna have to lead into that. Who knows? Maybe another time jump for all we know.
Please, no more time jumps. I
Yeah, a few
am
weeks.
a few weeks, yeah, but like
A
don't
few
I
weeks
don't
to a month. I don't think a couple. I don't think a year, or more than a year or two, will end up being another time skip because I feel like save that for the end of the series, if anything.
yeah don't like I don't want to go 3 chapters and then like open the next chapter and Diana's 17 years old and Julian's an old man or no shit like that. Like let's not do that.
Yeah.
But
Wait.
yeah, I know in the last chapter they mentioned a cursed city too called Baukar Loa. So hopefully we go there and we just get some new types of conflicts. That'd
I
be
would
dope.
like. I would like that to be like if we're gonna go there, like the bare minimum. If we go there, I would to be like a bit of a like a break point, like a bridge between arcs, a stopgap. That way we see what's going on with these witches, why they are so intent on Diana keeping her safe, apparently following her and stuff like that. And then we cut back to Julian when everything's died down fully.
Yeah.
Gives us a bit of extra look at the world and a different faction that's involved in all this, and then we come back to the main cast after one of the more chaotic nights of their life.
Yeah, and like I can see them going to this place, and like I was saying before, with the I hope for some sort of conflict between. I've been wanting it for a while. Like I want some sort of conflict between like Julian and Lucas, not something that puts them at odds to the point where they're about to kill each other, but something where they disagree over. Like previously, I was saying like I think it'd be cool if Lucas was like, Diana needs to train. She needs to learn how to fight. And Julian's like, I don't want to do that because, I mean, we still haven't seen her do anything combative. And now these witches are trying to kind of like recruit her. So I can see it being a thing where like they're trying to teach her magic. And Lucas is like, she should learn how to defend herself. And Julian's like, no. I just want to see, more from the story other than Julian protect crew, and
Yeah.
it's always versus this kingdom people. Like I want to see other threats. Like this, there's monsters and ghouls and witches and stuff. Show me, go to a village and like let's kill the witch who's eating children or whatever, that kidnapping people and eating them, and she's unrelated to these villains that we've been seeing for the last 50 chapters. I want to see something different.
Yeah, me too. Just gotta wait and see, and hopefully this pans out in a satisfying way,
Yeah, I'm ready for this
which I
fight
have
to
high
end.
hopes for.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't doubt that it'll be good, but I'm definitely ready for this fight to end and see what's next. But this Orthros guy is not about to let the fight end, so got to
Yeah.
see how they beat him. But I guess maybe next week. Maybe not. They might fight him for another 3-5 weeks. Who knows? But that's gonna do it for me. You got anything else for this one?
No, I'm set.
All right, that's going to do it for Centuria, chapter 67, 100. Now jumping into Dandadan, chapter 210, After the Ritual. We got some thoughts for this one?
Where am I? What's this? Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah, what do you
But yeah,
what do you think
I
about this situation?
I'm so conflicted because I'm really tired of the amnesia trope in fiction in general. I've seen it way too often, and I'm kind of bored with it.
Yeah.
I hope that I have faith that Tatsu's gonna do something unique with it because at the bare minimum, she's kind of been seemingly Momo got reset to maybe episode one ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I guess there was a cost to bringing her back. So I wonder if there's gonna be something that'll like snap her memories back into place, get her to remember, or maybe she's gonna have to like relearn everything. For all we know, I'm curious if that'll lead. Maybe her powers aren't active since she has no memories of unleashing them. I'm curious to see how she and Okarun are gonna interact with each other. Because
Yeah.
man, that is gonna devastate our boy.
That is, especially after the whole like they had that confession and he was like, "I love you," and she was like, "Tell me again after I'm normal or whatever." And now she's gonna be normal, and it's like, or not. Did he say I love you? I don't remember. I think it was
Yeah, he did.
yeah. So yeah, I love you, and it's like, tell me when I'm big size again, and now she's big, and it's like, she doesn't know who anyone is, but it's interesting because it's like the ritual. I almost feel like the ritual isn't like what I almost feel like this situation isn't real. Like she was taken by these people and they conducted a ritual. They tapped the hammer on the water and it did some things and they pulled her out of the water. And like she appears to be sleeping and then she wakes up in like a hospital bed, doesn't know, who Romola is or what's going on. And it just feels like this might be some sort of like ghost of Christmas past dream type of bullshit. Like maybe it's not real and because like what was happening to her was she was shrinking and people were forgetting her, and so they did this ritual and now she's forgot everyone else that is an immediate family, and it's almost like the situation is flipped. Like instead of everyone forgetting her, she forgot them. So it's like, is this like a trial? Like is she being tested? Can she find her powers, or is this real life for Momo? Like is she really awake and walking around and stuff, and everything is what it seems, but she just doesn't have her memories.
I'd like to think it's real life, at least based off of how Gigi and Seiko are acting, because it feels way too, I don't know, in character and realistic for these characters to be reacting the way they are, especially with like the focuses on, with the panels squarely on these characters. I'm pretty sure that and also everything going on with Okarum because as well in this chapter. So yeah, I think this is probably real life. Now, how Momo got to that inn with Vamola, I don't know. For all we know, these could be the actual like shamans or exorcists or whatever that Seiko was planning to have like the hammer be used with. For all we know, and they went out looking for Momo because they remembered this mission or something like that Seiko asked a favor for or something. Or it could just be something related to Turbo Granny. For all we know, but I'd like to believe that this is a real thing, and this is just gonna be used for like, some conflict in the group to figure out what's going on. Because like, because Momo is definitely one of Momo is definitely powerful. She is pretty much like their more strategic mind in their entire group, because a lot of times they'd be dead without Momo around for a lot of their massive fights
Yeah.
when all of them are teamed up together.
Momo is like their
Oh
tactician. I said it
yeah,
last chapter too, last chapter episode too, because like she was the one that she always comes up with a strategy and figures out how to defeat the enemy, even if she takes a lot of fucking punches to get it. I almost want to say like this, like a lot of people were tearing up and going crazy on Twitter about it and comparing it to like the Iori Samura Insomnia and stuff like that, and I just want to say like. Yeah, insomnia plots are kind of overused at this point, but like
Amnesia.
yeah. What did I say? Insomnia. I meant
Yeah,
amnesia. Yeah, but just let it play out. People are acting like
yeah.
the
Execution matters.
yeah, because like it could be fine. Like you know how cliffhangers are, man. They drop them, and they make you. They're made to make you fear for like plots and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, she really forgot everything. But it's not the end of the world. Like she's obviously gonna get her memories back, or the series is gonna end if she doesn't get her memories back. But I almost feel like this might be. He might be going for one of those. You see it. You've probably seen it. I feel like it's been a plot of like a romance movie before, where like one of the lovers loses their memories and the like it's like I'm in love with you. You mean so much to me, but oh, I forgot everything. I lost all my memories, and like the goal is to see if like they can fall in love again. Like if they really are star-crossed lovers, and will Momo meet Okarun and fall for him again, even though she doesn't have her memories. And it's like I was really hoping you would remember that you liked me, or that you would come to like me again, type of deal.
You, you know what? You know what just came to mind that if Tatsu does this, I wouldn't be mad, and I think this would actually be kind of wholesome. Is if this is kind of ends up being a way of just reigniting the whole like Momo Okarun like romance. Like they basically start from the beginning, but this time Okarun is like not as awkward as he was before, because he'll know that Momo will actively talk to him if they get down, like actually be honest and actually start having a conversation, and maybe it'll like you know snap her memories back into place.
I
Because I
mean,
feel it's cliche, but if done right, it could be kind of it could be pretty wholesome. Or maybe, or who knows, maybe it'll go the fact where Okarun saying to Momo "I love you" will just snap everything back together.
I
Or or we literally have like a near recreation of episode of chapter 1, and then that snaps everything back if you want to get fucked up about it.
I can see something, not a recreation, but I can see
Similar circumstances.
I can see a situation happening where Momo gets saved by Okarun, and then they have that scene where like the wind is blowing, and she's like, oh, I like this guy, but I don't see like another fucking banana alien situation, if that's what you mean. But
Yeah. No, I mean, look, the Serpos still have their eyes on Momo, so they haven't given up on her. That's why I'm bringing that up,
yeah,
since they're basically resetting her to chapter 1 Momo, basically.
yeah,
So I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
I don't really like the thought of maybe Okarun going like, oh, I got a clean slate now, I can be a Chad or whatever. Like that's not his
No, no,
character.
no, no. That's not what I. That's not really what I mean. I mean, like, more so, he won't be like as dismissive about like the potential of Momo actually wanting to be friends with him, like in the beginning.
I don't know. I feel like that stuff kind of needs to be there, because that's all part of like what like led to this relationship in the first place. I don't think
True.
it really works if you just start separating. Like people ask like, if you could start all over, if you can go back 10 years in the past, what would you do? And it's like you do a bunch of stuff, and it's like, well, those things change who you are today. Like you might be a great person, so it's like Okarun's good. He doesn't he shouldn't go back and change anything. I don't think. Like I think his past is what put him in this situation. It helped him meet Momo. It helped him meet a friend, a best friend, and someone that he can love. And these other friends that he's got. So I don't see him like kind of oh yeah, let me not be a nervous guy. Like, if anything, I can see him just trying to convince her to get her memories back, and like trying to, save her if something happens, and just sticking by her, and being her best friend while everyone else is like, yeah, this is like your guy, yo. Like, this, y'all were close as fuck. And I can see it being a joke where she's like, nah, he's too nerdy. I would never like this guy or anything like that.
And Ken Takakura.
Yeah, like, I mean,
I
well,
revealed his name. Oh, dude.
if
No
she
one, no one,
remembers,
no.
if she remembers that her favorite actor is Takakura Kid, and then he says his name, it'll bring everything back. That'll do it.
That'd be hilarious because like she has never once called him by his full name, and no one has really called him by his full name in a while,
Yeah, I
outside of
can.
maybe Ira. Yeah,
Yeah,
outside of Ira, but man, that'd just be hilarious. That would actually be perfect for me. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, and everyone like they meet up and everyone calls him Okarun, and then she's just like, "Why are they calling you that? Like, do you have a name? What's your last name?" And then he is like, my name is Takakura Ken. You gave me that. He's like, you gave me that nickname. And then she's like, well, why? Like, why would I give you a nickname? And he goes like, well, that's because my real name is Takakura Ken, and you told me never to say that. And then it just brings back all the memories and shit. I would love something like that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Also, something I just realized: Momo got fixed, but what about Zuma and that kid from the game chest? Was did they end up getting that resolution at all?
I forget,
Like we
but
need, because like we need to know that because I know they got separated because they were told that the hammer was stolen. What if them leaving? I think they left Zuma and that kid at that shrine. What if after they left, these people that helped Momo showed up and like healed them, with the hammer or
yeah.
whatever? Maybe that could be the case, and maybe Momo only has memory loss because like even for a little bit she was like basically like mini and forgotten for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it feels very fishy because like this lady, this like innkeeper lady, doesn't say anything. She isn't. She's like, "Who's that girl in my bed?" And she doesn't. Wait, where is it? Oh, also there was someone I don't know sleeping in my room, and then they cut away from it. So like, they don't give us a scene of her going like, "Oh, you came here with her. That's your friend," or like the girl doesn't go like, "You may be experiencing some memory loss for a short period of time." Like it seems like this is either something that they don't want to tell her so that she can experience it herself, or they don't know that she has amnesia. But like, for her to say she doesn't know this girl and like they found her with that girl is just weird.
True. Also, something I do want to address because I saw someone bring it up on like Twitter. Twitter. Apparently, some people are thinking that Gigi will take advantage of Momo's amnesia to make it advance, and I'm like, if you're someone that legitimately thinks that, I'm sorry, you do not understand the guy at all
Anyone
or
who
the
said
writing of
that,
the series.
anybody who said that is stupid because that's not who Gigi
Yeah,
is.
exactly. I'm like, what makes you think he would do that? That ain't our boy.
Yeah, that Gigi has never shown any type of thing like his personality has never given way to expect anything like that from him. He is a guy's guy. He is a good bro, and he supports the fucking Momo Okarun ship. Yeah,
Yep.
like he is on the team, and he cares about Momo. He's not gonna fucking advance on her like, oh, you don't remember me, rubbing his hands together. Time to
Yeah,
time to get a
I don't.
smooch.
Yeah, I don't get why some people think that. But moving on. The next thing I want to say, I love that Okarun's training with our with our new unibrow sensei. It's basically just a riff on the Karate Kid.
Yeah. What's his I forget his name.
I forgot
Is
his
it
name
here?
too.
It's not here. Anyway, I do wonder like if if the trainings are gonna be implemented in combat. Like he's got them like washing the windows and then running, running down the hallway, wiping the floor. So I wonder if like at some point in combat, his next like kind of move set is gonna incorporate like this like upwards motion with a stick or whatever, or like running, like that with his hands down, maybe kind of burrowing or something. I wonder if they, because oftentimes in training they have you do repeat motions and stuff, and then those motions end up making it into. Man, I got crazy hiccups. Making it into the character's like move set. So I wonder if that's gonna happen here.
It's possible.
What do you
I
think
mean,
about
well,
Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, no problem. So I was gonna say, what do you think about Taro Sakamoto being here?
Perfect. Just perfect.
What are you
I
doing
mean,
here, fat boy?
maybe Tatsu is just a fan of Sakamoto.
Bruh.
Literally, they announced a live action movie.
Did they for Sakamoto days?
Literally this morning, there's a poster and everything.
Oh wow, I did not see that, but I was busy today. But
Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter out of nowhere.
interesting. This is funny. This is straight Sakamoto, but this is Sakamoto's like 27 in Sakamoto days, so this is Sakamoto at like 50 or some shit. I don't know. He just stayed fat forever, and now he's paying these kids to fucking. Well, they're paying for lodge or whatever, but they're cleaning his place. But yeah, no, man, I'm really interested to see like what the situation is because like we didn't get any kind of communication with the like monk people that grabbed Momo and took her to do this ritual and no explanation. They didn't, they just said like your friends are taken care of. But also they said like in the last chapter they said like your two companions are fine, but like I couldn't remember who the two companions were, but like
It could just be
Vamola.
Seiko and Gigi.
Sure,
Or
but they're far
oh
away.
what if they are talking about Zuma and the kid since they had curses also?
Oh yeah, that's probably who the two people are. And I think
I hope
somebody
that's
might
the
have.
case.
Yeah, I think somebody might have said that in the comments too. Because last week I was also questioning that. Somebody might have said that. I'll check back later when we get to the comment section. But yeah, because I mean Vamola's here too, and it's like, could Vamola be one of the two they're mentioning? And if so, who would be the other one? But I don't know. This is a weird chapter because we
Yeah.
got amnesia. Vamola sleep and doesn't wake up and say anything silly, so we don't know like anything with Vamola, and then this girl we've never seen who is in a big ass coat with some slippers, some leggings, and a fucking like business shirt and tie on. Like, what's the dynamic here? It's got like fucking flowers on it. Like, I'm just very confused. And Momo runs to the hospital. Seiko's just, she's fine. She gets up out of bed and hugs Momo and stuff. So yeah, this is just really interesting. It's almost like the Boruto situation where everyone like forgot Boruto and they think that Kawaki is Naruto's son type of deal. It's like everyone was going to forget Momo and now Momo's forgotten them. So this is just super weird.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that is the cost for reversing that curse. Like as a price for basically the full force of the curse being placed on you by reversing it and by taking it off, you have to pay the price with memories being lost. I guess more recent memories.
Yeah, and if that's the case, what is happening? Like if Zuma and the other kid got their curses removed, what is happening to them? Because the kid he was aging, and his parents didn't recognize him because he was supposed to be 7 years old and he was like 53. And then Zuma was losing his eyesight, I believe. And so like if their ailments got reversed and so Zuma can see and the kid is now a kid, what else is happening to them? Like can Zuma not talk now? Like are they also forgetting things? Wonder what's going on with them.
For all we know, the price can only be for Momo since the full force of the curse took effect. That could be the case, and maybe Zuma and the kid are just perfectly fine because they got the curse reversed in time.
I don't know if I mean, because the kid that shit happened to him a while ago. Like remember he was becoming old for they put him in that toy box and that curse was affecting him for much longer than it was for Momo.
Yeah, true, but you never know. The possibilities are endless at this point. I would like to think that the curse got broke for at least those two, and it'd be funny if it was just like no repercussions whatsoever for them.
Yeah. Or it would be interesting if she does remember them though, like because they also shared in like getting cursed or hexed by that game, the Ouija board thing, whatever it was. I forget Jumanji. Since they all shared hexing or something, like if she remembers Zuma and she remembers the kid, but like they don't remember anyone else.
Yeah, maybe that would be interesting, but I'm not sure how that would play out.
Yeah.
at the very bare minimum, it just seems like more recent stuff has been like erased. So like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. We could see what happens next. I'm not gonna like nail everything down, but like, I say that what I think what I said is probably one of the more likely one like more likely ways of it panning out.
Check this guy out. Tooting your own horn, huh?
I have to.
All right. Well, I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else for Dandadan?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, that's going to do it for Dandadan, chapter 210, After the Ritual. Now jumping into Shangri-La Frointier, chapter 236, Know Thine Enemy, Know Thyself, and Victory is Thine. And yeah, so the arc is here. We are now officially starting this arc that apparently, according to someone on Reddit, this is the peak. You weren't here last week, but me and Knox were talking about it, and I pulled up a Reddit post where someone was like, if you didn't like Sanraku peeking into other games before, this is the one that's gonna do it for you. And we were kind of blown away because like everyone thought Galaxia Heroes was peak, and then this samurai story is supposed to kind of blow that out of the water. Apparently, what you thinking?
I need to see more because like Galaxy Heroes is definitely might be my favorite arc in the manga right now. The Catharnid fight, Catharnid fight is still like my favorite, probably one of the biggest highs for me for Shangri-La Frontier. But Galaxy Heroes just hit a spot
Yeah,
that I don't. It's not going to be easy to replace. And tell me that this arc that we're just getting into now is probably one of the best arcs in the series. I need to see where this goes. Obviously, this is the introductory chapter, so I don't have too high expectations yet, but I'm excited to see where this is going to lead.
I do feel like with Galaxia Heroes, like when they first introduced that whole like arc and concept, I feel like I was already on board. But I have to go back and look and see what like the first chapter of that arc really was. But I want to say that I had stronger impressions at chapter one of that arc than I have for this one. But this one is really good, and it starts off with action. I kind of feel like maybe the Galaxy Heroes didn't start with crazy action. It just kind of like gave us a lot of narrative for background for what Galaxy Heroes was and told us the concept and showed us some character names and stuff like that. But this one, I mean, Sanraku jumps in and I did actually really like this chapter a lot. Were you also like me where you thought that like this first guy was Sanraku and then
Yeah,
thought, okay, yeah, so like I read the chapter, first two pages go by, I'm like, okay, Sanraku's logged in, because it obviously is set up to make you think that this is Sanraku, and then he meets a guy, and that guy seems more cool, collected, and like he's got experience. I'm like, okay, so that's Sanraku, and this is some noob jumping Sanraku, and then we find out that Sanraku is actually neither of these guys, and he fucking swoops in and shits on this one dude, and he's just a beast. He's a pro basically, like in the top two kind of clan previously, or his rank was like top two or whatever before, but
yeah.
he's just kind of decayed from not playing, ranked or whatever for a year or half a year. So Sunraku's just a god, man, in video games. Like the dude, he jumps in any game and people know his name. They know his legend. Like not only is he amazing at like shit games, but he's known in these games that are known for being like cutthroat and fucking fucking savage, landscapes with players that don't hesitate to murder you immediately. And he's a top dog in every game. He's a top dog in the Gundam game with Russ. He was a top dog in the fighting game, the Burp game. He's top dog here. Like everyone knows Sunraku, or at least has heard of him. It's kind of crazy.
He's just that guy.
He really is, man. So yeah, he pulls up and he just shits on dude. His design is fucking really cool. Like I really like the mask that he has, and then the kind of like gauntlets and like feet things he's got going on, where it's like it looks like a star or something. It's like stars on his black like leather pieces or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really cool. I love this design for him.
Yeah. Also, okay, this is just off topic. I just have to get this off my chest. Every single time in any anime or manga when they mention Shinsengumi, I always think of the Shinsengumi from Gintama.
I still have not read or watched Gintama. I read chapter 1 maybe a year ago and was like, I'm gonna come back to this. But like,
I think it's definitely one of those that I think it's better with the anime for like the vocal delivery.
mhm.
Though like the original dub not that good. Then like by the time they get to their third season, they only dub the third season with a really good voice cast. And then for the rest of the series, it has not been dubbed, save for the final movie.
Okay.
It's not completely dubbed, so you have to watch it in sub, which it's still hilarious.
Yeah. Maybe at some point I will check it out. But jumping back to Shangri-La, like these guys, they think they can, they surround him and they're planning on like killing him and taking his loot because he's talking big shit. He's like, yeah, I was, I showed up. But like he says to the dude, where is it? Oh, he says the fool was boasting about fighting a few wimps and being able to survive here for half an hour or so. I'm sure his score and his possessions are all trash. And Sunraku's like, oh, you're talking like you're different somehow? Like, bro, you just logged in. You haven't been here in a year. And this, like, it's like, bro, you just call in the next guy, the first dude you see trash. It's like, that's the Sunraku way, yeah.
Hmm. I do like how this is literally just survival of the fittest, essentially, with Sunraku basically chose to like in this game's world be basically the law enforcement, which is interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Essentially, which I was expect if anything, I would expect him to be more like an outlaw type deal. But like this is still an interesting twist. Though I do like how since they said his rank dropped since he left all those for a while. I think it would be interesting if like Kyotomit was in this game also and was actually the like in Sunraku's former top two spot, if not top one,
Yeah.
in that group, which would be a good way to like actually take that build up from the previous chapter and actually have them confront each other and actually like do something in an arc to build up what could happen in the future.
Yeah, that would be cool because we were saying we were kind of talking about that too last review, and it was like I was thinking that maybe she wasn't really a gamer, like maybe she got into some games over time, and like maybe she doesn't even know this game exists. But I don't know. If she's big on samurai and PvP, she probably does know about this game and probably plays it. So it would be crazy, it would be fire to have her show up and giving her a new design. Like I already her in Shangri-La Frointier, like character design is already fire, perfect. But like to give her a new character design, redesign, give a new Kyoultimate fucking skin, and it just be something, like what Sunraku's got going on, like a mask or something, maybe a fucking phoenix or something, like something that screams ultimate. Like, yeah, give her something cool. I would love for her to show up in this game and be kind of a wall for Sunraku, or maybe not. I mean, she might team up with him, especially once, because I mean, his name is Sunraku. It's like you. It's not like you're. I don't like. Sometimes I don't understand because like these guys, they can see things like Troop 9, and like I imagine they can see Sunraku's name, but then like they don't realize. Maybe it's just because they aren't putting it together at the time because he's talking shit. But like I would always notice character names when I play video games. Like when I play World of Warcraft and it's a big like a popular like streamer is in my lobby or something, I noticed that. Like I'm like, oh shit, fucking Doopy Bam is in here, yo. But like when people see Sunraku, it's not until he's already kicked their ass till they're like, oh wait, Sunraku? That's that one guy. And it's like, you see his name? You didn't like think about that before you started shit and get dunked on by this dude? Like,
Yeah, probably no. Probably just too distracted by the carnage to like read someone's name.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, he's a beast. Like he's got these two swords, and like they don't really notice the two sword thing until he's already like using them. Like he's standing there with two swords at his hand at one point. I mean, he does come in and slash the dude with one sword, and then the other sword is on his side. But then he's like standing when they go to charge him. He's standing with two swords, and he kind of fights with them for a bit, and then
Yeah,
it's like it's like 2 or 3 pages of him using the two swords where the dude's like, wait a second. I don't know. This dude might just not be good at all. I mean, Sunraku is kind of calling out the noobs, trying to bring attention to himself. So he's just beating up on the first person he sees. And this guy is probably kind of high up, but not like anywhere near Sanraku. So he's just like, if that first dude was level 1 and Sanraku is like level 70, then the guy he just beat is probably like level 25 or something. So he's
Yeah, that's possible. I don't know. This is a solid. This is honestly a really solid like introduction to what we have for like what the game seemingly is going to be about.
yeah,
My guess we're probably going to focus more on Sunraku, like building his rank up to like fight like more difficult opponents, because like he said, he wants this type of like very like life or death, quote unquote, high stakes swordsmanship, so that he could use this entire like new skill set or polished skill set to take on the Fugaku AI, so that he could finally beat it. So I'm definitely like excited to see where this is gonna lead, because there's definitely gonna be something more than just raising his rank.
yeah. I wonder if there's going to be more to these perks, like if the perks from joining different factions kind of work as like a power system, how that's going to be evolved. Like they say, like if you join the Shogun side, a bonus is applied to all your skills, and so it like lets him dual wield. But then the other guy, what is it? If you join the reformist side, in addition to your basic sword skills, you have access to pistol weapons. So it's like I wonder if there's going to be more things like that, where like someone gets snipers, or like maybe it's kind of like staying in the like timepiece where it's like there aren't like sniper rifles, it's just like pistols and little hand cannons or whatever. But like I wonder, will there be more? Like will there be like a magic arts kind of faction or something, or someone who can go stealth or some shit like that? Like is there going to be more to this selecting a faction and gaining perks, and they kind of flesh that out? But yeah, I'm really curious to see like how long this arc is going to be, because Galaxia Heroes was a good 30 plus chapters, and like I can see this being a very good arc, but I don't know if I can see this arc being 30 chapters.
True, with how things are set up, it could just be a mini arc for all we know. It could just be like 10 to 20 chapters max, and then it'll be finished. But we also have to take into account how he'll like take breaks between this game and something else, for all we
Yeah.
know. And we all also know that this is, yeah, we still have that whole, yeah, this is definitely gonna lead up to the Schwartz Wolf fight also. So I'm curious to see where that'll lead on, because I feel like we're gonna have to like cut back with all the other factions going on with doing with their prep work for what's gonna happen in Shangri-La.
if if so, something I just thought about. So whether or not Key Ultimate is here, I do think that this would be a great way for Sunraku to add another member to his crew. Like he'll probably encounter someone who's really good at the game, and then like he'll fight them, and they'll have a good battle, and he's like, all right, that was good, I think I'm back. That's all I needed for the last 6 months. Maybe I'll log in next year to claim the championship or whatever. And whoever he like battle is like, wait, you're not coming back? I need to fight you more. You're the only good person. And he's like, nah, I play Shangri-La Frointier now. And then like the person comes over to Shangri-La Frointier. Like that's how he's
Yeah,
gotten, that's how he's kind of gotten like half of his crew. So
true. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The only thing that would kind of make it like really repetitive is if he finds someone new to like get into Shangri-La, and then they join in, but they also just like Rust and Mold uh, have info on a unique scenario.
yeah. I don't think they need to be someone who's like, oh yeah, I also play Shangri-La Frontier and I got the curse mark from fucking blue blue blue. I think
Yeah,
having someone kind of start, like I think a cool new dynamic would be someone who is kind of like amazing at this game, and then they fuck with Sunraku so hard that they try out Shangri-La Frontier and they become a new player, and they join the game, look for Sunraku, and then like they're level 1. They're good at like dueling and stuff, and they have like they have the mechanics down. Like they are a very like mechanically skilled character, but they just don't have like stats and loot and stuff. So it's like they seek out Wolfgang and join the crew, but they are actually like actively leveling, and they're like the newbie of the crew, and that'd be cool.
yeah, that would be interesting to have a newbie dynamic on the team.
Yeah, someone who isn't, already like a top dog, like, not a Pencilgon or not a Saigo 100, but someone who is new. Saraku and Kazo are new to the game, but like someone who is newer than them, but just is mechanically sound. And then I mean, we still got to see is it Sylvie? There's I feel like she's got to join Shangri-La Frointier at some point after Galaxy Heroes, like her and maybe one of her crew members, like because Rust and Mordo came, and then Akane Akitsu came from a different game, and then he went he went and fought those people in Galaxy Heroes, and we haven't seen them show up at all. And like now we're entering this current arc before the Tsushigiri arc or whatever, or now also known as Bakumatsu is what we'll be calling it, I guess. Bakumatsu game. Before that, he's got this duel with Schwarzwolf, so it's like that is a 5-on-5, and Wolfgang doesn't really have that many members, so I don't know. Like, I feel like they're gonna start needing more people because they got like 8 people altogether, and are they gonna start doing like 10-man activities? Like, I want to see how that works and like what the final crew count will be for Wolfgang. Also, there's a guy who listens to the pod who is caught up on the webtoon, I think, or web comic. Don't let me know, baby. I appreciate you for hollering and giving some info here and there, but like I said, try to stay spoiler free. We don't want to know about the future. So if you got any info on if you know that there's gonna be 13 members in the end, don't let us know, baby. Let us just get there. But yeah, banger chapter. I'm looking forward to this arc a lot. I would really love to just, like we were saying in the last episode, for this to be like the Kagurabachi arc. I want to go to Twitter and like hype this up as a Kagurabachi arc or like something like it, like the fucking Vagabond arc of fucking Shangri-La Frointier. Something to hype people up and get people go like, okay, what the fuck are they doing over here? I thought this, where's the bird mask? This ain't what I was watching. This ain't Shangri-La Frointier. What the hell are you fucking tweeting? Like, I want some crazy moments like that.
Yeah, I would. I would really love to see that. That would definitely be some really interesting engagement to see all the interactions with those claims.
Yeah, people being like, nah, let me check out this shit. Y'all saying some talking some good shit, saying that this is Shangri-La, this is Kagurabachi in the video game. But yeah, a good chapter. You got anything else for this one?
No, I think it's good. I think I'm good.
Okay. So that's going to do it for Shangri-La Frointier, Chapter 236, Know Thine Enemy, Know Thyself, and Victory is Thine. Now jumping into Gachiakuta, Chapter 149, Vital Instruments Connect. And cover page, man. Shit banging.
I can't believe we got like a fighting screen color swap of the main 4. This looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Rio with white hair looks awesome.
This is fire. This is incredible. We definitely need a 2D fighter for Gachi at some point. Like, I feel like it's definitely gonna happen now just because of how popular the series is, and the anime is only getting more popular, and just these characters, man, they just so perfect for it. Like, this would be a great fucking 2D fighter. I just noticed Rio's leg is like in the scissor blade, like that's how she fights anyway, but like I didn't even notice it until like right this second. Yeah, like she's even just stanced up with it there so she can fling that shit around. This is just super cool, man. These colors are great, and it's just this like fucking 2D style is dope.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get more of that. Kaorana and they just Kaorana be cooking. This is money. But yeah, this chapter more on the heartstrings. We got Gauntis kind of thinking to himself about impulses throughout the entire chapter, and it's what leads to him becoming a giver. And we just see more of his backstory with Lily. I really like this backstory.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and Lily's cute, man. Like, her being a kid from the slums and her no family, or her family hates her. She's like living with the rats and the roaches, and she's learning how to read, and she's got that like childlike whimsy to her. She's like clown and magic. She likes reading books with clowns and magic because she thinks it'd be fun if they could use magic, and it's like that's kind of what her grown up design is. She's kind of become that. Like, and she still got the cane. I'm pretty sure as she's an adult
Yeah,
now. Yeah, that was part of
yeah.
her act.
Nice to know the significance of that cane and how much it means to her that she's kept it all these years.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, okay, so that's her vital instrument, and we see how Gounce's, how the first choker was made, and it was made with like his oxygen fucking breather, like the thing that was being used to keep him alive. Like he couldn't breathe without it, and he turned it into a instrument, and the first thing he did was give it to someone he cared about so that he can keep an eye on them and speak to them so she wouldn't be alone. That's there's some poetry in there. I might not be the one to verbalize it in the most proper way, but I can see that there's some in there.
Yeah, that honestly, it's really nice and wholesome that his his giver abilities manifested because of his childhood friend, because he wanted to hear what her actual voice was, her actual feelings and everything, and and as a way for so he could be able to like talk to her whenever. And I think it's implied that the Watchman necklace could have also been a catalyst for all we know,
Yeah, I
which
think so.
it would be. Which I think it puts credence to that theory from back when Folo gained his abilities. Maybe having someone with the Watchmen series can basically help jumpstart, or like having a Watchmen series item, even if it itself isn't a vital instrument for the person using it. For all we know, it could just the properties of it could just help jumpstart someone's ability to access their anima and become a giver for whatever object they have.
Yeah, I think that necklace definitely served as some sort of catalyst, or like a spark that lit him on fire. So yeah, because you can see it on the page where he becomes a giver, and it says impulse or whatever, and like the necklace is glowing, and then like when a couple pages later when they're talking, her voice is coming from the Watchman like necklace is hanging from his neck. He's holding it in his hand, and her voice is coming from it. So I don't know how that part works. Like it's I guess it's operating as like a speaker. I had to go back and look at Gountis in previous chapters to see if like Mimo's voice is coming from it, but it's acting as like a speaker, and she's talking into the choker that he gave. So this is all super interesting stuff. And I was saying I wonder if they're gonna bring back. Excuse me. I wonder if they're going to bring back, mentioning anima as a power source, and he does, mention it here. People who become givers have strong attachments and possess great anima. So they're definitely not forgetting that anima is a thing. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is also like one of the more establishing points of not only what makes a giver, but also how trash beasts are formed. So I am glad that that'll probably stay as like the main and like piece of information that we need for everything right now.
Yeah, I just feel like it doesn't get talked about like a lot. I'm still just getting heavy, like Made in Abyss vibes from this art. This backstory is hitting like artistically. It's different. I don't think that any of the backstory pieces that we gotten before looked like this.
Yeah, but man, this is definitely a heartwarming backstory that leads to just complete utter tragedy, doesn't it?
Yeah, man,
It is impressive.
Mimo is a son of a bitch. Like I wonder, what the how the conversation kind of flowed. Like, were these things that like Mimo could hear, like could like where does this what was said before, and I will gratefully make use of that power. Like what was being said right before that sentence to make Mimo say that? Like, was he able to hear these thoughts or whatever? Like, can he see what Gountis was thinking or something? I don't know. It feels weird that like these all feel like Gountis's thoughts from like he's remembering his past with Two Lily, and then it ends with yep, and I'll use that to make use of my power, almost as if he could hear it. Yeah, you there? Weep.
Yeah, sorry,
Uh
I was checking in my email real quick.
oh shit! What the hell? Thought
Yeah,
you.
something popped up. I saw something caught my attention with my bank account. Sorry about that.
Oh good. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just weird how Maimo kind of says something, and it just seems like it was in a conversation. Like it just feels weird that he pops out and he's like, "I'll gratefully make use of that power," but like, what was said before that? It's almost like he
I
can hear.
I'm pretty sure it's like a continuation of like before we jumped into the flashback because he brought up to Lily and how he would basically have to use the one last thing that Countess wanted, and so
Mm,
this just Countess succumbing to the threat, and Mimo just being like, "Oh, happy of you to oblige my request."
okay,
So thus ending the flashback.
okay. So you think he's just continuing what he was saying before?
Yeah, because I doubt there was something else because like what Mimo said instigated the flashback, and now we're ending it with Countess using the ability, with Mimo being the one to kind of give the last line of the chapter right after the flashback. So I feel like that's the main thing for it.
Yeah, this is just really tough, man. Because Maimo has not ever been in a situation where it seems like the cards are he's out of cards. You know, he's always got a play to make. So it's like, man, I really wonder how they're gonna beat this guy. And he's not even like a super scary. You know, he's not like a Shigaraki or an All for One. He seems like a very like basically what I've been asking for from a lot of other manga to have like a competent, mid tier, local level threat, like someone
A
who's
buffer
just
villain.
somebody who's a bad
Yeah.
guy in the neighborhood. Like I've been wanting this, and it's kind of surprising to see it from Maimo, and he's really just the local bad guy. He's a radio, personality, and he's mind controlling thousands of people. It's like, wow, I'm wondering how they're gonna beat this guy. He's not even, like a super
Super
terrorist.
important. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Or
he's
powerful, or traditionally powerful.
yeah, he's just a guy. And it's like, dang, he's really got like the story kind of under his fucking foot right now. Like,
Yeah. He's a literal talking head that can manipulate people with what he says.
yeah, I swear, when they get to him, when they show him, he better have present Mike's voice. I need that.
Oh, that would be perfect. I would love it if he had a bit more of a sinister. He wouldn't have to sound any different. It would just be more disturbing if he just kept talking the way he is while also saying and describing this twisted, demented shit.
Yeah,
That'd be perfect.
yeah. I really like these eye designs though. Like Gounsis is, it's kind of reminds me of like, excuse me, excuse me, man. Sorry, guys, in the comments. When I talk for a long time or when I read, I just be yawning. I'm not even sleepy. It just be
That's
happening.
everybody, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, I like Gounce's eye design. It reminds me of I think one of the like Mangekyo Sharingan, but like Two Lily's eyes. Like I'm thinking like it looked like keyholes, but also kind of like bells. Like bells that people put like on a cat's
Yeah,
like collar or whatever. They look like bells.
yeah. I think this flashback, or at least this section of the story, has probably Keorana's like best eye designs, like the most detailed eyes she's ever drawn in the flashback and in the present when it comes to two Lily and Countess.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this really emphasizes how the story is going and the journeys these two characters have gone through.
Yeah, she's been killing it with this whole flashback and just the flashbacks in general. Like the Folo flashback that we got, like 20 or 30 chapters ago was a banger. I can't remember which one we got before that, but it's been great, and this one's just really cool. And it's characters that, just they aren't within an active like force in the story. Like they aren't part of the cleaners. They weren't one of the antagonist force. So it's interesting to we go to an arc, meet characters who were new characters that were somewhat relevant with the chokers. I mean the chokers have always been around, so that's an important kind of like in the background thing. Maimo and Gounces have always just kind of been in the background, and like to get in here and get these backstories, like I mean, I need to see how Maimo met Gounces. Like I can't wait to see like their introduction and maybe see a young Maimo.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, like this is peak. And like,
Yep.
like it was heartwarming. Like he was losing his breath and she came over and like touched him and gave him his oxygen mask or whatever, and he just life got better with her in it, man. And it also triggered him to becoming a giver, and that brought them closer. Like this is just too good. This is
Yep.
great.
This has been fantastic. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, can't wait. Hopefully, there's no break tomorrow. I feel like we just had a break.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah, there was definitely a break between the chapters, so I think we're getting a new one tomorrow or
Yeah,
today when the podcast goes up,
yeah.
probably.
If you're listening to it now, the chapter's probably out, and just don't read the chapter yet, I guess, guys.
Until
But
after this section.
yeah, after this. But I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Dang, the chapter just went off my screen and Weeb Central is being crazy. Okay, so that's gonna do it for Gachiakuta chapter 149. I think it's Vital Instrument Connect. Yeah, Vital Instrument Connect. There we go. It just popped up. Catch you on the next segment. Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 51st Hunt to a New Time. How you feeling about this one so far?
I'm liking it. First off, a lot of fun with the whole idea of like them testing, like looking at like magic transportation from the magic development team. That and
Yeah.
Gakuraku is back to being a full blown magic cyborg.
Yeah, Gokuraku is fucking cool, and he's like talking
Yeah.
about his fucking arms got a rocket launcher, his knees could shoot flames and shit. These, of course, she said he's making that up, but I feel like something. I feel like he does have something to his limbs. Like if they're giving him magical things, it's probably more than just what he was able to do before. Like I would not be surprised if he does actually have some kind of, maybe not a flamethrower, but maybe like a fucking magical net ball or something. Like his hand goes in and he kind of like fires off a ball that fucking creates a net to trap a magic in or something like that. Or I don't know, just something cool, something other than, just punching things. But I mean, punching things is kind of his signature
Deal.
move. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love it if just for the simplicity's sake and just for comedic stupidity, because of course it would be something Gokuraku probably would think would be cool. If he just had a literal rocket punch, like he could just launch his fist like a rocket towards somebody for like a nice punch.
Yeah.
I doubt that'd happen, but that'd be hilarious.
I would love if they also kind of do like a gag where he kind of like does the thing with like the fucking play pistols where they pull the trigger and it goes bang, like a flag comes out. Like if he does something every now and then where it's like congrats and like a fucking flag pops out of his fucking fist hole or something. Something silly like that. I don't know. Give him some more silliness that like Ichi would flip out about, because Ichi's not used to this shit. He's a mountain kid, so when he's like hearing this shit about him being upgraded and advanced Gokuraku, he's full of sparkles and excitement and wonder. He's running around Gokuraku like looking at his new digs and shit like in amazement. This is fucking fun.
Yeah, this was overall it was a very fun chapter with that aspect and Kamugi's reaction to like the hoverboard, how she's not gonna be able to use it herself.
Yeah,
That was hilarious. And Ichi was just had natural talent for
yeah.
it, I guess.
He hopped on and was whipping that thing.
Yeah. Though I do like how just out of nowhere an actual witch's broom just spoke to him basically. Like it called to him just off of first sight, like he was drawn to it.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
getting that broom.
I think so too. On the last page, we do see him riding a hoverboard. So like, it's not like it isn't a situation where he's like, I want that one, and he uses that instead of the hoverboard. He still does go the hoverboard route, but I guess at some point maybe something will happen and his hoverboard will get broken, and like the broom will just, like you said, call to him, and like kind of like a Thor's hammer situation. Like he'll need to fly, and the broom will just kind of sense that the first male witch ever needs me, and it'll fly to him. It'll just fly off the wall shelf, and it'll know that he's in danger and needs a broom and come save him or something. I think that'd be cool if the broom was like alive. Maybe it's fucking sapient or something. But only like he is able to unlock that kind of potential from it. Maybe using the Aurora, amplification magic. Oh man, imagine like an amplified broom, and he turns it into something like crazy. Not just
Rocket.
a broom. Yeah, like
A little rocket.
a fucking rocket broom.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we haven't seen him do, amplification stuff in a while, so it's definitely I think it's definitely time to see some new application of amplification. It'd be dope.
Makes sense. He hasn't done that since the World Hater fight, and it's mainly because like I think he only gets maybe one or two amplifications, and then he passes out for like a couple of days or
Yeah,
a day.
he's got to train that up. But yeah, Kamugi's
Hmm.
hilarious. She's like, humans are born with perfectly good legs. Why do we need to ride on things? Because she ain't got no fucking core strength.
That was hilarious. I love these interactions so much.
Yeah, it's gonna go crazy when they animate this. I can just see these moments just shining on the screen.
Yeah. Though I do, I one thing I do want to say, I like how just I respect the head of the research department, magical research tool department for just making a sick ass motorcycle for herself
Yeah,
using the association's funds.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I
I
like.
respect it.
I kind of like. She says, "Don't let Master Money go." No, and so like I remember they changed her name. Like it was, I think it was still Money Go, but it was spelled like Moneg. It didn't have a Y. So like now that they added a Y, it makes it straight like money. So I wonder if like part of that is because maybe she's like tight with money and doesn't want people spending too much. And like since she asked, Discaris asked how much it costs, and she's like, "Don't let money go." No, so it's like I wonder if she's kind of a stickler for the pennies. Like you need to
Maybe
stay within budget and shit like that. But nothing so far with her character has shown that she's like tight with the wallet.
that's possible. That'd be an interesting character quirk to see go through.
Yeah, like she finds out like you spent how much, and you lends out how many hoverboards. Yeah, like
Mm,
those things cost a fortune. Yeah, it'd be
yeah.
a interesting character quirk. We need some more of those. I mean, we got a lot of character quirks so far, but I'll never say no to more. But yeah, Kamugi's the best. She's got her fucking hover bike, and she's cool riding that. But in the end, like on that last page when they fucking approach this boat, you see she's on the back of Discaris' hoverboard.
Yeah.
Like Discaris fucking she's just so cool. Like everyone else is riding it like a surfboard like you're supposed to. Discaris seems like she is just standing like she's just standing forward on her hoverboard like you would on a diving board for a pool. She's not like standing to the side like to balance. She's just standing forward on that shit, like asserting her fucking dominance.
She'd probably be like, I didn't do anything to make this stable. It remains stable so it would support me just off my sheer presence.
Yeah, the board knows what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good chapter. We start off with the fun and wholesome silliness, but then we move into this stuff with this prophecy, and Jiki Shirone made up a fake prophecy to get herself out of the crib so she can go and join Ichi, and she's talking about she's got to decide which side she'll take. I mean it's obvious she's gonna side with the homies, but it would be an interesting twist if she does end up like betraying them, either like completely, or if it's just like a slight
Partially.
yeah, like I don't know about this, I think I'm gonna join the other side, you guys kind of suck or whatever, and this seems like a bad idea to work with you humans, and then like something happens and she goes like, okay, on second thought, I do like I do really want to stay with y'all. But I mean she seems to really care for the human inside of her, so I don't really see her like really betraying them, because I think she cares about the human that's in a coma
Yeah.
like a great deal.
I see that.
So I don't see her putting her in risk.
Yeah, I do think that's definitely the case. And man, what a mission they're gonna send Ichi on, in a mission that Shikishirona just so happened to say like, I'll stake my whole allegiance decision on the outcome of what's gonna happen now with Ichi against whatever he fights next. And we're already seemingly fighting a time based creature right now, a time magic, and I'm like, we're not even 100 chapters in. We're already doing something that can manipulate time. What are we gonna do with this one?
Yeah, and time is like if it's
It's tricky.
JoJo's, yeah, time is like always the final boss at JoJo's. Like what the fuck, we're starting with time, like we're doing that's the second bad guy.
Yeah, that's one of the it's time manipulation in general, no matter how minor, it can be considered one of the most broken abilities in fiction.
Yeah, and I mean they're not making a short deal to hype it up. They're saying that it is a legendary, it amongst the legendary class of magics the witches have attempted and failed to acquire this one for ages. There's one amongst them that they would pay almost any price to acquire the time magic, and they sent Ichi, the first fucking male witch, and Descaris and their fucking gang of fucking boneheads to go and tackle this on their like, what is this, like their third official mission? Like the no,
Yeah,
this
you're
is,
right.
yeah, because
Third or fourth.
there was the shark, which was an official mission, I'm pretty sure, and then going to find Goku Raku was a mission.
And the mushroom one.
The
That led to the world
mushroom,
hater.
yeah, the mushroom, and now this. So yeah, this is like the third or fourth like official, you going out to do this mission type shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, sending them out to sea. Like I hope everyone can swim, and like a boat is such an interesting.
Design looks cool too.
The design looks dope, but like a boat, a magic ship or whatever is such an interesting setting to take a arc, because like they're surrounded by water, so it's not like they can, there's no like hiding in buildings, or like, oh yeah, the guy's down the street, let's go get him. There's no like, oh, let's chase this guy or look for anyone. It's everything is going to happen on this ship. Now this ship could be huge. Like I can't really tell. I mean, it looks big, but it could be even bigger. Like it could be, several, floors or whatever under the place where they're showing right here. Like it could be like a cruise ship. I don't know. It doesn't look like a cruise, but like there could be more space inside the ship so that the outside is kind of deceiving me. But this to me just looks like, a pirate ship, and they're, storming it. And I don't know. I'm guessing the magic itself is like the part that is shown on this very last panel with the I forget what they call it, the thing that's holding the clock, but it's like up under the pointy part of the front of the ship where they usually have like a statue of like a mermaid or something.
Yeah. This is definitely a really cool design for a ship at the end of the day. I I want to see how this is gonna go. What do you think the design will look like? Because that's my main thing. Like, it's based off of time. That's its whole gimmick. What's the design gonna end up being?
Man, imagine if it's just a boat. Like if he captures it and
Ooh,
he
that's
just,
also a good possibility too.
yeah,
But
like imagine he captures it and it's like a talking ship, and it's like a ship in a bottle once he gets it. So it goes into his like fucking Pokeball area, and it's just like a ship in a glass bottle that's just floating and talking. I wonder if it's gonna have like pirate, jargon, or if it's gonna be a ghost ship.
I want a yo ho ho.
Yeah, is it gonna be like yarg, or is it gonna be like ooh, the fucking, is it like ghost pirate? Yeah, the ghost ship chronostasis. So it's gonna be on some like spooky, ghost ship type shit. So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be a really fun fight. Though the trial to acquire it is going to have to be something unique and interesting, because this is, again, something I like about Ichi the Witch. None of these are going to be like straight up fights for the most part. There's going to be some sort of test. And now our crew is bigger, and we have more options for what can happen.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, it is very interesting, because like you said, with it being a trial, it's never going to be a situation where they can just brute force the enemy. They can never, unless it's like another human causing a problem. Like when there's magic related issues, they can never just go in, beat the shit out of it. Like there's never going to be a chance. Like with a lot of stories, it's like, like Jujutsu Kaisen, you got like these sorcerers or like cursed spirits, and it's like, oh yeah, Yuji will just go beat the shit out of them. But like, they can't just go and beat the shit out of these curses. I mean, out of these magics. Like we saw that with Goku Raku, he was beating the shit out of them, but that did not solve the problem. So it's interesting that we have to come up with different ways to combat each magic and capture them, and also just like there's also the question of like, who's gonna get this magic? Will it be Ichi? Is Ichi gonna get another magic? Is Kamugi ever gonna get one? Imagine if Kamugi gets this one, and now that like the prophecy magic is here. Like, what role is she gonna play? Is she just going to be spectating, or will she put her life on the line and jump in front of a ghost cannonball to save like Ichi or something? Like what? A lot can happen here, man.
Yeah, true. New arc, new location, new possibilities. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And like, are there gonna be fucking ghost pirates on the ship? Like, are we about to fight some skellies? what's really about to happen, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna let Osamu Nishi just take the wheel and show me because I'm here for it, and I know Shiro Usazaki is just loving this shit, like getting to draw so many cool fucking things. This is fucking incredible, man. Like the fucking motorcycle, that shit is fire. Like I need to see that in motion. And she says
100%.
it can hold 5 people. Describes it like how the fuck does it hold? People can ride this. Yep, 5 at once.
Magic.
Yeah, yeah. Like what? How? Yeah, I need to see how 5 people sit on that thing. This is
Yeah.
another really good chapter, and it was a setup for a new arc. I do wonder, like going into all these arcs, I always say I want it to be a little longer, but this, I don't know, just on first initial impression, I feel like this is gonna be like a 5 chapter arc. I don't really see this being a 20 to 30 chapter just because there's no like person and conflict here. This like they're going on a mission to settle something with a ship, and I don't think there's much like character stuff to be had here, but I could be wrong, and I hope so. I would love to have them prove me wrong and have this just be a crazy, 20 plus chapter arc and blow me away. I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too. I have faith that we'll get something like that going forward because I doubt we're ending things. Well, I'm tripping over my own words. I doubt we'll end. I doubt we'll end things in any way that's predictable.
Yeah.
We're gonna need something a bit more creative for this upcoming section.
Here's a theory. Not I don't know if it's a theory, but like I'm thinking that maybe since the ship, the magic itself is the ship, I guess, and it's a time magic. So like maybe it uses time abilities to kind of restore other ships that it has sunk because they said that it took down many ships. So maybe it like brings those ships back and then uses their cannons to fight, and so it kind of like outnumbers the opponents. So like you think you're about to approach this one boat and like tackle it, and then suddenly you're faced with a fucking platoon of ships that are all firing cannons at you because it's like used its rewind magic to like restore those boats and bring them back from the bottom of the ocean. They kind of like sail, make their way back to the top of the ocean, and their cannons are fucking fully operational and shit like that. I think that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But this was a pretty good basic chapter. Not a whole lot of craziness happened. It was fun, but I think I'm spent for this one. You got a new one? Anything left for this?
No, I think I'm good with this one.
Okay. Shit. Let me see. The chapter title just escaped me. Let me see if I can pull it up on Manga Plus. Oh, here we go. That's gonna do it. Sorry, guys. You know how I go. Weeb Central's down and being weird, but that's gonna do it for Ichi the Witch. 51st Hunt to a New Time. Now jumping into Otr of the Flame, chapter 19, Destined Partner, and I guess I like this chapter. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's cool. I know that there was some points where personally I felt like the art was a little on the more sloppier side, but I could just be my opinion, and maybe if I probably look at it again, I'd probably have a different opinion. But I don't know, just the art felt not as crisp as it has been before. But that is also part of like it having. Now that I think about it, I'm looking at like page 2, and it's I forgot he's doing the shield thing, so he's got like the flame shield, and then behind him is the sword. So maybe it's just me kind of rushing through the chapter when I looked at it initially, but it's like when the art's good, it's good. Like shooting when he shot the wind blade and he cut the fucking Stonehenge, that was cool. But yeah, it's some cool stuff here. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, really nice action chapter. I like that we got an explanation as to how Oda managed to basically cut that island in half, and that he was literally charging up the scabbard with his flames for like days on end to use in a quick burst like that. That was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I I'm glad that the second they realized that in order for Honor to deal a devastating blow, he has to charge up like a spirit bomb, and so Pico has to go and like take on all three of these like sea creature homunculi things, and the wicked horn by herself, while while Norn is basically protecting Otr. And honest, it was just it was a really cool sequence. There were there were like especially this one panel with like the explosion in the background. She looked super cool.
The one where she's like, "Stay out, Otter. I'll protect you too."
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. She's. It looks like she's just dancing within the damage. Fucking blood and water splashing everywhere. She's a cool character. I like her, and I like her
yeah.
even more. Now that we got the like flashback, and when she's
Hmm.
saying, she's like, "I may be a kid, but I'm also royalty. We live off the people's hard-earned tax money. Thus, when people's lives are threatened, we need to protect them, even if it means spilling our own blood." And I like this because I feel like that does not translate to how royalty usually acts in a lot of other
Yeah,
stories. It's like usually they're like, "Fuck those peasants, let's tax them harder." How dare they die? Let's fucking work them hard, and they won't think that they won't have enough money to die then because their families won't be able to afford their funerals. Let's work them harder. But like she's like, I gotta get out there and make a change and get my hands dirty and fight myself, and that is very not what I'm used to. So I respect her character a lot more after seeing that.
yeah, me too. It shows her resolve even at a young age to like do what needs to be done, and it just makes a whole lot of sense why that's the case.
Yeah, and also like I don't know how old they are now, but this is her at 10 years old, and Kutain is 14. So I mean, yeah, it's obvious that they have like a 4 year time difference, but like I want to say Kutain in current time looks like he's like 24. So
Yeah,
like
but like you also have to think about like manga physics. He could just be like a really jacked and tall 16 to 18-year old.
true, but like it'd be crazy because I'm trying to like imagine what her age is because I want to believe that like she isn't like 15, but
But
like it's possible.
it's still very possible considering that I think Odor is around that age.
Yeah, I mean that don't mean that
Uh,
they have to be the same age. Her hair also looks like it's grown a lot too, based on
yeah,
like the current time, and then like her with the. I mean, I don't know.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Hopefully, we do get some kind of like, yeah, I'm only 16 or I'm 23 because I was thinking that this might be like a 10-year flashback and she's actually like 20 and Kutain's like I don't know 24, but it could be a situation where Kutain's just a buff 16-year-old and she's just 12 and this is 2 years later. But I feel like they might have said something along the lines of like, yeah, it's been like 10 years since I said not 10 years, but like when
A
Kutain was
couple.
first introduced, yeah, it's been like, oh, I haven't seen you in 5 years. I want to know how long it's been because I want like an actual accurate age for these characters, especially since
Yeah,
like in the flashback they both kind of look around the same age.
true.
Like they both look like fucking kids. But
Hmm.
yeah, Etupirko is cool, and the Wicked Horn is wicked. I like his style. I like what he's about. He's fucking robbing this wind spirit, but he didn't take. He just took the power from it. So like they didn't. They can't. Otter can't hear its voice, so it's still
Yeah,
like sealed or whatever or locked up, but its power is being abused, and so this is cool. He's blowing away Otter's fire and basically counters Otter. So yeah, this is perfect. Like we're gonna need some teamwork and probably hopefully Kutain to step up to the plate and be the one to like step in and be like, Wind Spirit, fucking I'll embrace you, and then the Wicked Horn no longer is able to use its power. Like it rejects him because it's found its true host or something.
yeah, that could very possibly be it. I am liking the Wicked Horn because at first I thought it would be like, meh, I didn't think it'd be interesting, but like he's been a lot of fun to follow. He's been a very fun antagonist to push the heroes. He's kind of scummy. He's conniving. That's fun when pulled off when pulled off right. And I think they're doing a good job with this one.
Yeah.
Not really giving our heroes a real chance to breathe.
Yeah, and forcing Otter to kind of take a back seat for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, like giving characters like Edipurko a moment to shine is really good because she hasn't really had that in the past arcs, and she's been, she we met her in like the first actual arc or whatever, the little training arc, and then after that there was like the dwarf arc, and then the the
There was a mini arc before that. I forgot what it was called.
okay. Yeah. There was the guy with the ice coffin, and then it was the dwarf girl arc wasn't the one with Ceruled, was it? Or it was? Yeah, because that's what the
Yeah,
Iron Spirit was.
yeah,
Okay, so this is like the third actual arc or whatever, and we're only on chapter 19. Yeah, so
yeah,
I'm gonna need some longer. Like if we beat this guy in the next like 2 or 3 chapters, hopefully like we jump into a longer kind of 10 chapter arc or something. Assuming the story continues, I'm hoping it doesn't get axed because I mean I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I think somebody they I didn't look, I can't remember, like I think somebody did say it went up a little bit in the table of contents or something. So hopefully it's growing a little bit.
yeah. It is, and I really hope that it stick around for the long haul.
Yeah, because I mean it's cool, and the art's good. It's fun. It's got some fun moments to it, and there's some cool characters. But yeah, I need fucking Kutane to turn up. He looks like he noticed something. Like he's looking down at the ground, and I don't know if that's like he's noticing. Like it looks like tracks. Like maybe something got pushed through a certain area or something. Maybe he's like about to push a sled into fucking Wicked Horn's back or some shit or something like that. I don't know, but I'm here for whatever.
Yeah, me too. I'm here for whatever comes our way.
Yeah, but I ain't got too much to say about this one. It was cool. Edipurco moments are dope. Her fucking spinning with her fucking ice skates and cutting up fucking sea rock monsters is dope to see. But yeah, let's keep picking it up, man. Let's have next chapter be a banger, and just keep going. You got anything for this
Yeah.
one?
No, only last thing I'll say is that the art in this chapter, outside of a few small moments, has been pretty good as well.
Wait, what you say? I missed it.
Oh, sorry, hold on. No, I just think like the outside of like a few panels here and there, the art in this chapter for the action sequences have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I take back what I said initially about it being kind of sloppy. It does. I can read it. I think when I read it initially, I was like, I had just woken up because I wake up like when Jump comes out on Sundays and read them. But now that I'm reading it again, like flipping through now, I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But I think that's going to do it for this one. That was Otr of the Flame, Chapter 19, Destined Partner. Now jumping into, you already know, baby, Big Bachi, Kagurabachi, Chapter 94, The Second Arrow. And man, this is a fucking whopper. This is a banger. A lot happened. We got fucking we got plots being hidden, and we got traitors, and just people being fooled and misdirections and badassery. Like this whole thing with the sword is very fucking cool. Like I forget little guy's name, Ichiki. Him like explaining the whole like sealing the sword and the process of like making sure that no one's like charged it with their spirit energy, because you can apparently like remote in with the sword and control it if you charge it with your spirit energy. But ultimately someone did, and someone, the third or fourth option that he didn't think about in this case was that someone on their side was working with the Hishaku and fucking covered up the fact that it was charged with someone's spirit energy. This is a lot of mind games. Like these are a lot of plans and action, plans that have been set in motion for a long time, and I'm here for it, man. How you feeling about this one?
Oh boy, this was insane. I was expecting a betrayal from the higher ups because like when stuff like this happens, at least one of them is going to betray them. But I like the additional explanation on the Shinuchi and how it took over Hakuri's father, essentially, even though he was able to use it. He was able, the sword bearer was, the sword saint was able to like basically manipulate the power throughout the wielder of the person that was still had the sword in its hilt. And that explanation definitely makes a lot of sense and makes the, plot twist that there was a traitor in their midst in the upper echelon that basically like let a piece of someone else's spirit power end up being part of the Shanuchi, so now they can activate and use their powers whenever he wants, and that is an incredibly scary thought.
Yeah, and it's crazy to know that like Yura basically had this. It was basically just using Kiora as a guinea pig. Like he wanted to see if it was possible to basically control the abilities from the sword, and basically how long you had to use these abilities before your mind was completely taken over by the sword saint. And so it's like he's probably looking at himself like, man, I'm a better, I'm better in every way than this Kiora cat. So like, if Kiora was able to fight with the sword without going completely insane, for 5 to 10 minutes, then I should be able to handle, like a cool 20 minutes.
Mm,
Just like putting his energy into the sword and then sending it to the auction. And he's like, the point of the Rakuzaichi was to find out who had command of the Shinichi. So it's like, was he not sure? That part kind of threw me off because it's like, I feel like he knows, like he knows that the Sword Saint is the one who is in control of it. So like, maybe I'm misunderstanding that part, but
my
whether
guess. Oh, sorry. No.
I was just reading further into like his plan, his gamble, whether or not we could seize temporary control. It would be useless to wield it if we would instantly be hijacked. So yeah, he used Kiora to tell, like, I can see that, yeah, I'm not gonna be instantly taken over. I have a few minutes, and in this moment, like in this fight that's happening, that a few minutes is all he needs. He took the opportunity and caught both of these guys off guard, and it looks like he's about to shit on them. Like,
Yeah. Also, something I realized just a little bit ago. Apparently, the chapter had a mistranslation at the end.
oh, okay. Where and what was it?
It it wasn't supposed to be malediction. Apparently, it was supposed to be magatsumi, which was apparently like the technique that was used by Hakuri's father in the Raguzaichi when he was like trying to bring out the Shinuchi's power.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like I'm like, there's no way of doing the malediction now because it's to be like a near country level destructive like event, and I don't think they're going to have that be the thing now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's going to use that here. But, I mean, he's got plants growing out of his fucking hands, and they look like they're growing towards, making their way towards Uraha's face. I do wonder, though, like on this very last panel, you see the feathers. I think Samura is going to show up in the very next chapter. Like, fucking panel 1 saved the day, like, fucking
In form.
not Orphan. This is an important. He's got to get these guys out of his hands. Like, I think he's gonna show up and it's gonna be straight sword to Yura like immediately. And Yura being like in this state of enhancement, like he probably will sense that Samura is coming, and like he might can tell that like maybe Samura comes flying in with the blade towards his neck. He probably immediately just drops Uraha and Natsuki and just jumps back and just immediately like dodges whatever Samura is throwing at him. And then they have like a talk or whatever. Yeah, like I can. This is what you wanted all along, and he's like, "Yep, thanks, man. You fucking. I thought I had more time, but seems like they couldn't keep you, held up in Kyoto or whatever. Fucking can't count on anyone to hold back the legendary Samura type shit. But here we are, baby. I got the power, and man, it's hype, bro. This manga is just fucking hype incarnate, just juiced up, plugged into my veins. I feel fucking charged up when I read this shit.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's how every week of Kagurabachi has been since I've caught up. I can't stop myself. I'm trying to read it.
Yeah, it's too good. And like Uraha cut his blade, like broke Yura's blade right before he fucking when he was like, all right, fuck it, so be it. Right before that, he like when they clashed, his blade is gone. So it's like he don't even got a sword no more. So he's just going. They said his athleticism was off the chain. So now he's juiced up with fucking go juice, and he's already super strong. I really wonder, like, I feel like he's from the same place, like him and and the Sword Saint have to be like related or brothers or something. They have the same kind of eyes. I think they both got like fucking dots on their face and stuff. And like he's doing this shit with his bare hands. Like he don't have the sword. Kiora had the sword in his hand. This dude is doing it with his bare damn hands. He don't have a weapon right now. So like, what is he about to do? He's channeling. Yeah, this is great. He's moving he's using the sword's abilities through his fucking hands. This got to be more risky than what Kiora was doing. Like Kiora was at least using the sword to kind of, channel the abilities. But bro, the plants are growing out of his fists. Like this can't be good.
Yeah. My thing is maybe he himself isn't the true big bad, essentially, the build-up that we're going to be getting. There's definitely there could be somebody else that's primarily for the other AI. Wait, what am I saying? Fuck,
You said
fuck.
AI.
I'm screwed. No, sorry, I'm screwed up. No, I screwed up myself just now.
Lock in.
Yeah. Fuck. What was I saying?
You said maybe Yura isn't the big bad.
Oh yeah, maybe Yura isn't the big bad, and maybe there's like another like actual like backup leader or real leader for the Hishaku, because what he's doing right now is incredibly risky and could cause his death if he loses his like full concentration throughout this, because he made it abundantly clear that a strong unshakable abominable will is what will keep him relatively sane while having the power of the Shinichi within him, and utilizing its power. So if he like uses it for too long, or he loses his grip, he could go berserk and end up dying. So for all we know, there's a backup leader in case he fails this mission.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if that happens, maybe the tree guy was the actual main antagonist the entire time. He hasn't been shown in this arc outside of the blackmail stuff. Or one of the heads of the Kabunabi is actually a member of the Hishaku from the beginning and was slowly setting everything up, because that would also kind of explain. Actually, yeah, I think that's possible.
Yeah, this Kaisen guy seems like he's involved. Like he's like he
100%.
fucking Ichiki is like, all right, now we'll transport the Shinichi, and he's like, no, and Ichiki's like, what do you mean? So like I foresee like there's so many battles. The battlefield is everywhere. Like we got. Where is even like what okay, so he basically tossed Hokuto like down the hall, but like bro gotta get back up. So like what, there's so many battles, because there's the 4-way with these guys, and bro's just activated the god mode, but then you got this fucking elite squad like Kasen and Ichiki and Azumi and was it Kiri and Hakuri? Like these, I feel like they're all about to jump Kasen, because he's about to like turn, reveal that he betrayed them, and he's like, gonna shit on everybody. It's like he's with the Kuminabi. I mean the Hishaku. So it's like, man, there's fights everywhere, and I feel like Samura's on the way. And if Samura's on the way, is Chihiro on the way? Like what? There's so much fucking stuff happening. There's battles everywhere.
Yeah, this arc is definitely reaching its like climax soon.
Yeah,
And I'm curious where this is gonna lead, because like from what we know, the Shinichi is still in the seal technically. They're still in the warehouse. I'm still in the storage area of the Kabunabi. So either this arc ends with them getting the Shinichi and killing the Sword Saints, or they end up having to leave it, but they crippled the Kabunabi so bad they're not gonna be able to get in the way again. But they managed to steal the Shinichi, but the Sword Saint is still alive. There's a
yeah.
couple ways you can go about this.
I feel like the Sword Saint's getting out of here, man. Like I feel like
Yeah.
whatever is happening, like they're gonna get him. He's gonna like appear in one panel. He's like, "Thanks for the sword" or something. So he says something. Probably does a move to like clear the hallway out. Like if people are fighting, he probably pops up, grabs the sword, fuck all y'all, and then like a million plants appear in the hallway, and that forces everyone to scatter, and that causes the fight to like he forces everything to end while he just like walks out the door casually or whatever, and it's just man in fucking bathrobe walking down fucking Japan streets or something with a sword. Yeah,
True.
I'm ready to see what the connection is between him and Yura, because Yura seems to like not want, as far as I remember, he kind of like asked Samura to like join his cause so that he can prevent another malediction, but then he's like trying to use this sword and seemingly, it seems like someone is in the process of freeing this motherfucker. So there's a lot of there's still a lot of like things we need to iron out as far as like allegiances and people's loyalties. Like Samura betraying the Kuminabi was one thing, but now we got like the one of the top dogs. Like they said, he was the head, right? Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? I think he said that. Excuse me. That Kaisen was the head of the Kuminabi. Ichiki said. I've known him for many years. White robes. Yeah, the one in the middle was the Kuminabi's leader, Kaisen. On both sides were his assistants, so Yatsuru and Ichiki. So then it makes me wonder, like, is Yatsuru also on some fuck shit? Like,
Yeah, we can't know who to trust right now. It's still so up in the air.
yeah, this whole arc has been full of like, don't trust any fucking body,
Oh
because
man.
like it started with the Samura shit, and it like when Hakuri got out of bed arrest, like people were trying to kill him within the organization, and now it's like the top dog is a bad guy, and yeah, there's just so much fucking backstabbing going on, and I can't wait to see how this arc ends. Like what is the bang that fucking concludes this? Because all of the previous arcs had fucking explosive finishes. What's gonna happen to this? Because there's a lot of big names and big players on the board. I don't see Yura dying though. I feel like he's gonna make it out of this, and this is just a fucking a dangerous experiment. He had to test his abilities, test the power of the blade, and see what it would be like to channel it. But like somebody's gotta die.
Very true. That is definitely like high up there on the docket of what is going to end up happening.
Yeah, like I feel like it wouldn't be like when you start thinking about who's gonna die. It's like, okay, so I don't really see um Uraha dying, because we already got like a fake out death for him. Like he died and wasn't really dead. And I don't really see Natsuki dying because his brother was killed and he wants revenge. So it's like it'd be crazy to kill him too. I don't see Yura dying because he's big dog, bad guy. Maybe the only person I can really see like within this building other than like lackeys dying would be probably Kasen. Like I feel like they're gonna be forced to like beat the shit out of him. He'll probably take them
Yeah.
on like 1v5 and just barely, like they barely beat him or something, because he's just that beast.
Yeah, it's possible. That is definitely possible.
Yeah,
Either way, this shit's gonna look fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the action sequences we got. They're all so great.
yeah, this shit was great.
Like yeah, like that final 2-page spread of Euro just grabbing their Uraha and Natsumi's face and just taking them away like in an instant without them even realizing it, wanting to get shit done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, because they were confident. Like they knew they were about to cut him. He didn't have a blade, and they were like, "Yeah, we about to fuck him up." And then he just vanishes, and it's like, "Huh?" Next thing, fucking hands on necks, and then they're getting dunked in the fucking. They're getting dunked in the little pond that they're standing in. Like this is crazy. Bro is different, and he's got the centipede fucking aura around him, which I'm pretty sure is defense. So like, I don't think anyone could slice him if they wanted to right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude's different. Dude is different. I like when at the beginning Azumi is talking about like those three are the most powerful sorcerers, and then Hakuri's like, oh, but Mr. Kudo said, and he remembers when he says Azumi's on another level, and Itsuki's like, oh, and he looks over like, oh, you're supposed to be hot shit, Azumi. Azumi's got like a sweat running down his face. He's like, he probably been as a fighter. Physically, he probably meant as a fighter. Physically, I'm a bit younger than the others, but the other sorcerers, they're giants compared to me, and it seems like he's trying to like not, fucking not make Hakuri assume that he's the strongest because one of the guys who is actually like super strong is right here. So it's like, don't say you're the best when, you know, Michael Jordan standing next to you. It's like, yo, chill. Don't say that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what Lil Yoda's sorcery is and what his fighting style is, because he's cool. These designs are all dope. So every time they add a new character, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see what their fighting style is. And he doesn't have like a sword. You know, I don't see a sword on him is what I mean. But like he could be, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because like I don't see Kiri's sword either. And Kiri carries around that long ass sword. But I mean, it could be like sheathed on her waist. I think it is actually. But yeah, like I don't see a sword for Kaisen. I don't see a sword for any of these guys. So I wonder what their fighting styles is, and like, is somebody gonna use daggers? Like, I feel like little dude is gonna use like daggers or something. He's gonna have two little daggers and fight with them. But I don't know. I'm interested, baby. You already know what it is. I can't wait for the next chapter.
Yeah, me either. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's explosive in every direction. I was confused though because I thought the Sword Saint was already up and walking because like he stood up and was like, the time is now. And then like in this chapter it looks like he's just standing up again. Maybe like when the blade kind of like effect went into effect, it kind of like stopped him in his tracks and he knelt down or something. Like he felt it kind of like a sharp pain in his chest, but like the opposite of that, maybe like a sharp bloodlust enjoyment felt in his chest or something. I don't know. I thought he was already up and about, but like this still makes it seem like he hasn't left his place where he's been sitting and shitting for the last 18 years.
True.
Yeah. You got anything else for this one, man?
Not really. I think I said what.
Okay, cool. So I think I'm squeezed out too. That's going to do it for Big Kagurabachi, Chapter 94, The Second Arrow. Now jumping into Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, Chapter 3, Swimming Through the Forest. How'd you feel about this one?
It was a nice, like, somewhat inconsequential chapter to kind of give us more time with the main trio, mainly Tsurugi and Maru, to kind of better understand each other. We have a grown-ass man in a shark suit that's able to track blood, which did not expect to see that in JJK, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
Curves are getting weaker. You got to do something on your free time, I guess.
Yeah. I like I do like that they just keep showing more results of like time passing, like with the solar panels being built, and it's like, yeah, they're pushing the tigers out of their, you know, habitat and stuff like that, so they come down to the mountain looking for water, and it's like that isn't like curse related, but it's just, you know, more future stuff, like things that would come from, you know, time passing. And so like, yeah, it's logical that the animals and stuff would run out of, you know, places to live and to find food and shelter and stuff, so they come down and they start terrorizing. But this guy fucking dressing up like a shark and trying to hunt down this fucking tiger is causing a huge misunderstanding, and they got like people thinking that there's a fucking monster shark, you know, swimming through the forest. And I mean, it is, but it's this fucking dude. It's just hilarious. One thing I do want to kind of highlight with the series so far is I like the fact that they aren't lingering on anything. Like with the first chapter, they talked about like they had the ring conversation. Well, not a conversation, but they talked about the ring, and I was like, oh yeah, there's this misunderstanding that like she wants the ring, but she was told that like she can't have it, and so she wants to get stronger so that she can get it, and he wants to get stronger so that he can give the ring up, and they don't know that. But then in chapter 2, they kind of like covered that and was like, yeah, I don't want the ring. I want to get strong so that I don't need it and I can give it back. And so they kind of cleared up that misunderstanding. And then the same thing kind of happens in this chapter, where the last chapter ended with like Maru's brother Cross kind of, you know, saying fuck off to Tsurugi. And then I thought that there was going to be like a kind of like a conflict that kind of lasted for a while. And so like they kind of immediately clear that up. And like when they're on this train, Maru's like, her spirits, and he's like, oh, so I can talk to you now. And they you know, they just immediately address it, and it's not something that's dragged out. It's not, we don't get to see like a scene where Tsurugi and Yuka are kind of like talking about him behind his back and going like, oh yeah, that guy's actually fucking weird. You know, it's immediately cleared up, and we don't get like any kind of like escalated, drawn out scenes of Tsurugi like thinking anything bad about dude. Like he's like fuck him for a minute, and then like he realizes that like maybe something's different with him, and then he finds out he's got a twin brother, and he's like, oh, okay, so that was your twin, and then it's like, oh, okay, so why are you telling me this stuff? And it's like, all right, he's like, because I want to be friends. So he's like, the problems aren't lingered on for a long time, and they even address the fact that he's an alien. Like they don't wait and like try and catch him doing alien stuff. They're not like hiding behind a tree and seeing if he's gonna like drink water with his finger or anything. Like Yuka just straight up goes like, he's saying maybe the man-eating shark is actually another alien like you guys. And he's like, what? I swear my people don't look like that. And so she's like, oh, so you are an alien. He's like, shit, you caught me. I'll talk about it when it's out. Like they aren't like holding anything. And I mean, that's part of that, I guess, comes from the fact that it's going to be a short series, like 24 chapters, but it's still, I feel like any other mangaka would usually draw those plot lines out a lot more. Like you would have Tsurugi being mad and pissed about the cross situation for 4 or 5 chapters until a situation comes where Maru has to like step in and save him, and he's like, I thought you didn't like me, and he's like, that was my twin brother. That's how a generic shonen would play that type of deal. But nope, they just address it immediately. It's, yep, that's my twin brother. Sorry, that wasn't me, bro. And I really like that.
Mm-hmm. And on to the twin brother thing, I like that Maru explained why in like chapter 1 he like basically had ended up using his third eye to take out the curse user, because he kind of used it as an excuse, as like, oh, I had to protect my own life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's revealed that he like isn't supposed to use it because of he's supposed to see what sorcerers are like on Earth and stuff like that. But he points out an interesting point that his brother can tell when he uses it. So I don't know if there's that kind of psychic connection between twins or something like that. But he doesn't want to rely on this power so often, because it'll kind of prove that, it'll make trust between Earthlings and the Sumerians a lot more tense, because if their ambassador is in constant danger, why would they want to seek more of a peaceful resolution if he's forced to defend himself in this instance so frequently, even with these quote unquote good sorcerers you have with him?
Yeah. I think it's also just like a competency check. He's like, if these guys are so good, you shouldn't have to do anything. So you just monitor them. You shouldn't have to use your powers. And I think it's just they're sharing an energy source since they're twins, and there was like a whole thing with like Mai and Maki where they kind of like shared, but Mai got like 99.9% of the cursed energy, and Maki got like fucking 0.1 or something. So I think it's just a thing like that. But like, these guys, his brother can tell because he's pulling it. So like if he uses if he uses the cursed energy, the cross can just feel it. Like, oh yeah, I just lost 1% of cursed energy. So that means that my brother is using it. He shouldn't be, because he should be just watching these other kids. So something's up, and like I can't trust these guys. If they can't keep my brother, like if they can't handle their business without my brother getting involved, then they aren't worth fucking living beside, because they're incompetent and they're weak, or they just aren't to be trusted type shit. Like they can't keep us safe, and they're not powerful allies.
Exactly. And to have the story play out over a literal hunt for a shark turned tiger is honestly really nice, showcasing how like the whole situation with the tiger and the human could basically be an allegory for like the aliens and the earthlings. If they don't get along, if one ends up being too dangerous, so they'd have to start fighting, or but also the fact that since they basically can speak the same language, it's easier to undo misunderstandings and to kind of help bridge between one another.
Yeah. I do wonder though, because this guy said that he graduated from Jujutsu High, and he's like 47 now. But like in this flashback, he had when he's sitting down next to the baby tiger, like a long time ago, he's wearing a similar outfit to what Yuta wore back in the day. And I think I think it was stated that wearing white like that meant that you were kind of like a problem child, like you were like a special case. Normally, Jujutsu sorcerers wore black, but if you were something special, you would wear white. And so we haven't had any mentions of like special grades lately, but I'm wondering if maybe this guy might have a near special grade like seance technique. And I mean, being able to take on the abilities of whatever you wear is powerful. Because like, imagine if he wore like an elephant fucking costume. It's like, okay, so now he can fucking stampede and just knock down buildings as an elephant, just running down.
He
That's
basically. Sorry, keep on.
I was just saying that's a powerful technique to just be able to summon and draw out the powers of whatever he wears, regardless of location. Like imagine him just on an airplane and just like fuck it, I'm gonna be an elephant, and it's like okay, now the airplane just gained fucking 6 tons of weight and it's going down. Like that could be very powerful in the wrong hands.
Oh yeah, 100%. That is definitely like that. That is the case. But yeah, but yeah, this chapter ended up being pretty wholesome. I like how Maru and Tsurugi like reconciled at the end, basically becoming kind of friends, and Maru basically like, look, I'm not supposed to tell you any of this, but I kind of want us to be friends, and I kind of want this, I kind of want peace. So if me telling you all this will help in that, then I don't care about the rules. And Tsurugi just coming helping to come to an understanding with him.
Yeah.
All this while Yuko is off, basically being hounded by old women, treating her like their grandson, the granddaughter or whatever, just to give these two characters much needed time by themselves to discuss things.
Yeah, because it was needed, and like I mean, Sarugi has a very like mission focused outlook on things. He's like, yeah, we got to take this tiger down because it's killing people, and like, we can't play with it. Like it's killed before, it might kill again. Even though they're like, what if that it might not do it? And he's like, I can't take that chance. But then he finds the cub, and he's like, yo, don't take your eyes off this one, and Maru, him and Maru kind of had a disagreement over it before, and the old man about the first tiger. But then he's like, just like us, nobody knows how the situation will turn out. So it's like, yeah, comparing the aliens and the humans' relationship to the tiger is working. It's good. People were also drawing connections to like Yuji because I think Yuji is also somewhat tiger related, maybe in his name or something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I don't know. People are gonna be making connections and hoping to see Yuji in every chapter. So every week, expect to see people mentioning his name no matter what. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what some special grade shit looking like because we got 3 chapters to warm us up. We only got about 24 chapters in the entire series, so like not saying that this has been bad, but like is the shit about to ramp up really crazy and then fucking go out in a blaze of glory, or is it gonna be kind of chill vibes? I feel like it's got to go crazy because like that big fucking horned three-eyed Sukuna alien dude looks nuts, and like I need to see him fight. But like, who the fuck
Me
does he
too.
fight?
That's gonna be hype as hell if we do end up getting an actual fight.
Yeah, like there's got to be some fucking boss battle shit going on. Maybe we just get like 1 or 2 big fights, but like I'm here for it. But yeah, even looking comparing this to like Volume 0 of JJK, I feel like we've had. Excuse me. I feel like even like in Volume 0 we had like a fight by now. And I mean, I guess like there's been squabbles. Like they took out the tiger and saved it or whatever. And then like in the first chapter they kind of squabbled with the kidnapper, but it hasn't been like an actual fight. So I'm wondering when we're gonna get like a life or death fight because the kidnapper dude just went to jail. They didn't murder him. So like when's life gonna be on the line is what I want to see, and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering that too. Because I mean, stakes don't always come with death. Like there's other stakes than fucking character dying. But I want to see what Jujutsu Kaisen was kind of known for. Like who's gonna get fucking wiped out.
Hmm. I I'm still curious to see how this is gonna play out.
Yeah.
Hmm. But one thing I do want to say, I'm glad we're getting like these types of like I don't want to say slower chapters. I guess more character driven chapters from last week and this week because it'll help build out what we'll see in the future for this story, and it'll make these characters feel more complete and fleshed out. Hopefully, by the time it ends, especially since Gege has this seemingly planned out for the short term that he initially pitched it for,
Yeah.
and I kind of admire that because I think this is a complaint that a lot of people have with JJK, where there weren't enough like moments between characters of just them, interacting outside of the main plot of all these different arcs like Shibuya and Culling Games, then Sukuna, with barely any time to like breathe or discuss things themselves for the most part. And so now that we have this like tight knit deadline, essentially, Gege can now choose when to put in these specific moments, and early on is definitely a bit of a good choice to kind of help establish who these characters are before we inevitably get to the larger scale stuff. So I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, it really works well. Like I've been saying that it seems like Gege is kind of doing using this to show things that like he left out, like the influence of having the military collecting Japanese citizens and stuff, like further expansion with technology, pushing out the animals and having them fucking wander into villages and kill people and stuff. And I like that we have Maru, because Maru is a capable sorcerer, but he's also new to Earth standards and customs and stuff. So like when they start talking about shit like cursed spirits, he's like, "Huh, what's that?" Because he's not from here, so he don't wherever he's from. Like they, I guess, have completely gotten rid of like cursed spirits, and they just like have their sorceress, so they got their shit locked down. Nobody's like leaking cursed energy, I guess. So
Or as much,
or as
as I'm
much.
guessing.
Yeah, but like those people, they came here and apparently they're being called or considered refugees. So it's like, is the main threat of this story going to be the aliens that we see, or is it going to be whatever supposedly ran them from their home world, or if that whole like them being refugees thing is a lie? But so far I'm really liking Maru and Tsurugi and Yuka. I don't have any complaints. Nothing to complain about at all within the first 3 chapters, and I'm here for it, man. I'm ready for more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for this journey to keep going.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else for this one?
No, not really. I think I'm good.
Okay. So that is going to do it. Whoops. And I just did it again where I lost the chapter. Oh, here we go. That's going to do it, baby. You already know. Jujutsu Kaisen, Modulo, Chapter 3, Swimming Through the Forest. All right. As usual, before we wrap up out of here, we got to talk about our favorite chapters of the week and say what that is, and then do our top comments segment. I'm going to let you start it off. What was your chapter of the week?
Oh man, this was definitely a tough one for me because like Gachiakuta was definitely really good this week due to everything with Countess and to Lily. Ichi was fun and I liked the implication for it, and Kagurabachi is just Kagurabachi, the usual with how hype these chapters are. But I think I'm gonna go with Gachiakuta for this week because of the emotional resonance and how the backstory really touched me and expanded more on these two characters with a meaningful story for the short amount of time we had.
Okay. That's solid. I think that's a very good pick. It's definitely a struggle for me between Gachiakuta and Kagurabachi. I am gonna go with Gachi also, man, because like Kagurabachi
Mhm.
was very strong and solid, but like it still felt like a chapter where I'm waiting. Like it feels like next chapter is gonna be the banger, and this was a setup. Like we got big stuff, but like next week is gonna be where people are like shitting their draws and fucking hanging them on their fucking car antennas and driving whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but Gachi this week I felt like was a banger, and it's been very very good in this flashback arc that we got, and the art has just been phenomenal. Like I love this like watercolor or whatever oil pastel type of deal they got going on, and the color page was fucking fire with the 2D fighting game style, and then just the flashback is just, it's been busting, man. I really care about these characters. They're new characters, and Keirana has found a way to make me really enjoy and care for them, even though they haven't been around for that long. So yeah, Gachi got it for me this week. That's it, baby. Two for Gachi, and the other guys ain't here, but they vote for Gachi too. So that's it for chapter of the week. All right. And after chapter of the week, we do comments, baby. So I'm going to read some of these comments here and talk about them for a second if there's anything to talk about. But Let's see. Starting off with at They Really Glow from 6 days ago. They commented on our last episode. He says, well, Seiko and Manjiro, that was the eyebrow kid's name. I forgot it. But Seiko and Manjiro did mention a group of exorcists called the Rakken sect. So that could be them. Although I did see on Reddit that apparently Momo is in the mansion of the god Daikokuten. And the interesting thing about this mansion is that the way it was drawn by Tatsu resembles the temple of Izumo Taisha, not as it is now, but as it was 1,000 years ago. So because of that, some people are saying that Momo might be in the spirit realm or somewhere akin to it. And I had not remembered that comment. I did read it like a week ago or whatever when he posted it, but I had forgotten about that. And so that kind of goes into what I was saying before when I was saying that this whole situation in Dandadan might not be real. Like it might be sort of a ghost of Christmas past, or like maybe Momo's in a dream where she doesn't remember anyone. But there's the whole like, it doesn't make sense for Gigi to look a certain way because Momo wouldn't see that anyway. So I don't know. It's definitely weird, but it's interesting to think about for sure. And let's see. So at the Outback Pandas 8641, who is one of our new members, shout out to you, baby. They said, I just remembered there's a decent chance that Ui Ui could show up in Modulo. If I recall correctly, he needed his sister's permission to use his technique, so he might be weaker now. Or maybe the rules of that vow were changed near the end of her life. You think Ui Ui's coming back? Wee.
Maybe. Then again, I mean, if he does come back, then he's free from Mei Mei, so that's a plus.
True. I mean, does he want to be free, though?
If she says so, probably. Then again, we have no idea what this could really mean at the end of the day.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'd be down for, I think everybody is looking forward to seeing, like, at least a character who was originally in JJK show up. I don't know who it's going to be. Probably just Panda. But like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing literally anyone. And if no one shows up, like talk more about them like they did in the first chapter, where it's like, yeah, the Yuji and Gojo and the sorcerers that saved the day in Shinjuku or whatever, or blah blah blah. Like, give us more of that. Like, I want to see more history book stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that I really do like. I feel like we're definitely gonna get more of those as this series progresses. It would be interesting if Yuji was actually still around.
Yeah.
But quote unquote retired.
Yeah.
But comes back for the final.
Yeah, it'd be dope if he shows up and he's like, y'all got me out of retirement. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And last comment for now, because it's getting late, so I'm gonna read this one. This one's unrelated to actual series, but at Cut Digital. It might be too late to change up the format, but would you guys consider, instead of all the top comments being at the end, just have the top comment for each section, series at the end of the section, so I can hear the ones for the series I want without getting spoiled on the other series? LOL. That's kind of hard. I mean, I don't know really if it's too hard. Like, it makes sense, but I think I'll have to hear the opinion of the other guys on the matter, and Weep can chime in if he wants. But like, I feel like it kind of, having it at the end lets it all be collected and everyone can like hear. Like, for example, maybe someone like didn't listen to, like, say you read Shangri-La Frointier, but you didn't have time to listen to the Shangri-La Frointier segment, but like you wanted to hear comments, like you posted a comments about it and wanted to see if like I addressed it or something, or I don't know. I could be just making stuff up and this isn't really a good excuse, but I mean, it could be done, I guess, but I like having all of them at the end so like people can hear us say like, oh yeah, like this thing about Ichi the Witch is hype, and then someone can go like, okay, these guys are talking about Ichi the Witch, let me go see what this is about. Like, Part of this is like hoping that people will hear it, just like the same thing with the chapter of the week. Like, not only are we, talking about what our favorite chapters of the week were, but like the fact that a lot of our viewers are most likely just pulling up for like Kagurabachi. So like, I think if people are hearing us say like other things are our favorite chapter of the week, not to say that we're doing it just so that like, oh yeah, these guys are being different. It's not a being different thing, but like that we are talking about 9 or 10 manga. So it's like, if you pull up for one and then we're saying like a different one is our favorite of the week, I feel like that kind of sometimes leads people to go and check out that manga, sometimes. So hopefully some people are checking those out. And I don't know. I'll run it by the guys and see what they think about like adding comments to the end of each segment. I feel like that might make it longer though, because right now I just kind of like I get to the end and I just scroll through and I pick like 3 comments. And I'm like, all right, let's hit those up. But some weeks there aren't comments for like a Shangri-La Frointier, or somebody might say something that isn't really super crazy, like, oh yeah, I loved Gachiakuta this week, and it's like, I don't really think we have to read every comment like that. Not saying that like we don't appreciate those, but like, I think it works better to just do it all at the end and just hit up like 3 or 4 that really stand out. But you got any opinion on that? Any thoughts, Sweep?
Not really. I think my thoughts are pretty much the same.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can try it. But we'll see what the rest of the team thinks on that, and maybe we'll get back to you, baby. But that's going to do it for comments of the week, and we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm not going to pause it and cut. So outro time, baby. This was episode Shonen Post episode 39. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop some comments down below because I read those and tell you if your takes are bad or good. Usually, my takes are usually better. We talk about 10 manga here. Oh, also don't forget the hype. Hit the hype button. Stomp on that shit, man. Hit that button that says hype. And we're on Spotify now. And we have memberships set up on Patreon, which is in the link. And we have channel memberships. 2 people just joined our channel members. Shout out to them. Like I said in the intro, we'll probably work on getting some sort of graphic to add to the end of the episode to play with some jamming tunes or something. I don't know. We gotta run it by, see what people think. But something to show off all the names. So if you're interested in having your name posted on a thing that says like thanks for being a member or whatever, go ahead and hit that button. We got some down there for you, and no perks really. It's just supportive. But shout out to you guys, anyone who does signed up. Anyway, outro getting long, baby. Hit the buttons, do all the things. We talk about manga. This has been Big Yato, joined by Weber.
So good night.
Hey, holla at y'all. Tell the rest of the guys they suck for not being here tonight. Well, not Trav, he had an emergency, but Knox sucks. Anyway, catch you guys next time. Good night.